let's try that again. I'm always muted all the time, every time I do this. Welcome. I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you all so much for coming to this super random live stream. I'm hoping that you can hear me. Like, I have the mic as close as I can have it. Honestly, I have no idea what else I can do to improve the sound, but hopefully this is working now. You can see me. I don't know why I always leave myself muted. It's like every live stream. But it's so lovely to see you all. Hey, Wildflower, Becky, Sonia. I see you all here. In honesty, this is a totally random live stream. I have spent all day procrastinating and then spent hours trying to figure out the setup for the live stream. And I guess in a way, I was just a bit too stubborn to go to sleep without actually doing this live stream that I've been trying to do all day. So that's that's why we're doing it in the middle of the night. And I will leave everything linked down below in the description, including my membership if you would like to join, although I can see that a lot of my awesome members are in the chat already. It's so interesting because I put out a poll on my community tab. Basically, I ask lots of questions. I'm curious, I'm random, I have all these random questions in my head all the time. So I put out a lot of polls and it's always interesting to see what all of you are saying. And at the moment, I'm thinking about like favorite colors. So I'm doing polls on colors. But one of the polls that I put out randomly just to see was, do you know about my art membership? And I put up that question because I feel like I talk about it a lot. And I thought that it would be something like 95% of people say yes. And then I can be like, okay, pretty much most people know about it, and thus I don't need to talk about it anymore because everybody knows, and and that is that, like, you know. And then it's up to, like, everybody already knows I've done what I can, and then if people want to join, they'll join. To my shock and surprise, despite me talking about it in, you know, all my videos and linking it in the description as well, only a third of people said they knew. I was just like, oh my gosh, shocking. So yes, I have an art membership dedicated to like inspiration and building a community. On there, I share live streams like this, but also Zoom sessions so that we can actually talk with each other. I share art challenges. I create PDF resources, exclusive videos. I do a lot on there because I want it to be kind of the kind of thing where, depending on what you like, you can pick and choose what you need. I don't expect anyone to be able to do everything, but by all means, you're welcome to try. And we have a really awesome community, of which most of them are in the chat. So you are probably, if you enjoy the live streams, then you probably would enjoy the membership as well. So I thought that I would give a proper introduction. I may make a video about it. I need to think about it, just because, yeah, that surprised me. I really thought it would be like everyone's like, yes, we've heard about it, fine, but apparently not. But hey, I can see everyone. Oh, my plan is a bit loose, and I will put timestamps for those who are watching on the replay. And if you're watching on the replay, feel free to say hi. I'm always in two minds about whether I should leave a live stream on my channel or remove it and just have it there for, you know, live as opposed to the replay. But the feedback that I've got from the replays has been really nice, which is really sweet. And I feel like the one thing that we can do to make it even better is continuing the conversations after the live stream. So I'm going to be a bit more mindful of that as well. Becky, exactly. The group is full of amazing support and you found your people. I think that's the thing that really stands out. Like, the community is so lovely, and I feel like it's beneficial whether you want to come on and chat with us every day, or whether you just want to read the comments, or whether you want to hop in and out, or whether you want to know about, you know, you have certain questions. The whole point is community. And I made a video sharing my studio tour. And in that video, I kind of mentioned the fact that, you know, at the beginning, it just, like, I didn't have art friends. Basically, like, you know, I can't go and talk about paper GSM with anyone else, or watercolors or anything like that. And I feel like this community has really filled a gap in that, and I'm very, very grateful for it. So I will leave everything linked down below, including a free art bingo prompt that I have created, open to all. And if you remember, you have extra prompts on there as well. So be sure to check out everything that's linked in the description. Let me see what else. I hope you guys enjoyed that video with the studio tour. You can see like everything that I showed on the video. It's funny because I thought that I was in two minds because, you know, it's the internet, and I was like, oh, I want to have some shame. I don't want to show my messy studio. And then also it's the internet, so I know that I'm gonna say it's messy, and some people are gonna be like, no, that's not messy. Other people, like in that same video, some people are like, no, it's not messy. Some people are like, no, it's super neat. Some people are like, you need to declutter. Like you can never please anyone. But I wanted to post it because I feel like it shows a realistic insight into what my studio looks like. Like it's well used, well loved. And I feel like sometimes when I look at all these like pristine studios, and there's nothing wrong with whether you're neat or messy or whatever, it's whatever works for you. But sometimes when I look at the pristine ones, I'm like envious, like, damn it, I wish I could be so neat. But it's just not realistic for me. And I thought it might be, you know, if I saw more studios that look like mine, then I would be like, okay, it's fine. I'm okay. So I'm doing that for you. Putting my business out there. Oh yeah, Sonia, very good point. What I'm doing at the moment is a no-buy with my art members. Now, you have to understand, there's quite a lot of us. So some of us are doing a no-buy, some of us are doing a low-buy, and some of us are doing a go-buy. Basically, I'm saying that whatever, you know, stage of buying you're in, you are welcome to join and we will support. But yeah, we haven't bought anything all of February, but so if you're going to be tempted by this video, here's your disclaimer to look away, because my intention is actually to just do a little bit of window shopping, or to try to do window shopping. We'll see if it works. Because there are so many sales going on at the moment, of course, as we are doing the no buy. I've linked them down below in the description, but I also thought that it might be a nice opportunity to actually just be able to talk through things. So if there's a deal, work out if it's a good deal, if it's not a good deal, discuss paper, discuss supplies that we like, just have a good old-fashioned art supply chat. And then depending on time and depending on what you want and how I feel, I may also do a painting. So we'll see. I just thought that it would be nice to have a chat. Art supplies. I see your message, Wildflower. Art supplies are all different sizes, shapes and storage requirements. It's impossible to organize. It certainly is a struggle. And that's the thing that I was showing in my studio tour, that initially my plan was just to have everything out and have it look beautiful and curated. And then I was like, yeah, no, that can't happen. And I have quite a lot of stuff out in general, because I feel like sometimes out of sight, out of mind. So if everything is put away, it's a good chance that I won't use it as much. It's not that I won't use it at all. I hope the sound is okay. But I won't use it as much because, you know, sometimes I'm tired and I can't be bothered to go into the drawers and look and hopscotch and tumble roll and find whatever I need. So I just want something to be easily accessible and right on my desk. So a lot of the time my paints will be on my desk, my Neocolor 2s will be on my desk, my sketchbook will be on my desk, and then I'll also have like a random sketchbook on the couch, so that if I feel like creating, I can. And I feel like that's even more important during the winter for me anyway. Like I feel like all I want to do in winter is hibernate. And so what I end up doing is working, because I have bills to pay, and then chilling, and then like creating, like making a conscious effort to actually be creative. I hope that makes sense. Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you, Marlene, for letting me know about the sound. Let me see what everyone is saying. If you put it away, if you put too much away, Laurie's saying, if I put too much away and not see it in new stuff, I like my stuff where I can see it. Exactly. I am the same. Laurie's on a bye-bye to the money. And Wildflower was going to do a low buy until yesterday. What happened yesterday, Laurie? Was it the sales on Jackson's? Because it almost feels like there's an no shade. If I don't think they watch my my videos, obviously, but if they were, sometimes it feels like there's an intern who just like clicks on all the buttons and it's like, this goes on sale, that goes on sale, this goes on sale. Everything is going on sale all at the same time. I feel quite, the reason that I feel like I can do window shopping is I feel quite well protected and immune that now that we're 3 weeks into the no buy, and you know, I have all my supplies out and about and I've been using them a lot more. That being said, it's always nice to talk about art supplies, isn't it? So I can see Wildflower bought watercolors, brushes, a white pastel pencil, 2 fine Posca pens, and that I can't, what's Sarah? Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the last thing is. And A Gallo is getting all your money, says Laurie. I haven't bought the tubes, you know. I have half pans that I need to try. It's in the cupboard of inspiration. But I haven't used them as of yet. Yeah, the journaling broom. We've just purchased a Meaden cart. Because hopefully it will help you keep your supplies off the table but still closed. That's really good to know. I have a cart, but I feel like mine is too small. It's also very shallow, so sometimes things can like fall off it. I thought I was being smart, and you know, I didn't want to, like, I don't have an IKEA near me and I didn't want to pay for shipping, so I was like, oh, I'll just get something from Amazon that looks the same. It's not the same. Mine is like a smaller version. It's plastic. You know, it's a little bit on the delicate side, if I'm honest. So yeah, it's not. I don't move it around basically for that reason, because it just feels a little bit delicate. But I do love the fact that trolleys are handy for that reason, so that you can have space. That was initially why I got this trolley, actually. It's weird. I'm getting deja vu. Oh, the A Gallo tubes are nice. Good purchase. They smell amazing. That's so good to know. I do feel like I'll try them at some point. I think I need to use the ones that I have, swatch them out, have a look at a few videos and figure out what colours I would want, and then buy a few tubes. That is the plan, the long-term plan. But let me take you to what I thought would be fun to do, which is looking at all the sales. I hope that this works and makes sense. We'll see. Did the screen change at all for you? Let me know if all of a sudden it looks weird, because I'm trying to multitask, but it's not really working. Anyway, we'll see. I'm hoping that the screen still looks the same. If it looks weird, please let me know. Okay, it didn't change. Good. Fine. So, perfect. Okay, so this is what I have. Can you see? Welcome. So I've linked everything down below in the description. If you're on a no buy, you know you're going to be easily tempted. This is your warning to go and watch any of the other live streams that I do. And if you're not on a no buy, then and you want to chat about art supplies, then you're in the right place. Essentially, first and foremost, we might as well talk about the Caran D'ache neo art pastels and kind of see what everyone's saying. My general feel is that, I mean, I think we were talking about this in the Discord as well. They just seem to be like light, fast versions of neo color ones in okay colors. So I'm not actually tempted by them. I initially, when they came out and I was like, oh, there's something new, I was very tempted. I was like, oh, this might be great. Maybe I thought that they would maybe be like softer than neo color ones, as in like feel buttery. That's what I don't know, in my head I thought like that's what it's going to be. However, I don't know, I've kind of felt a bit underwhelmed by them, if I'm honest. So I haven't been tempted. I haven't bought them. and I kind of feel like I'm happy with my Neocolor 1s and I'm happy with my Neocolor 2s. I don't really know. It's funny, and let me know if you can think of anything. I don't really feel like anything is missing from the art world at the moment. I feel like, I guess everyone feels that way, and then something new comes, right? But I feel like that's why I was kind of like, oh my gosh, there's something new. Like, what's great? Like, what is it? Is it going to be amazing? But it's like, okay, there's something new, but it's so confusingly similar to something that we already have that's created by the same brand. So I'm not tempted. Wildflower saying, does anyone think M. Graham's Gamboge would be a good replacement for Cadmium Yellow Deep? I don't have any M. Graham, but I'm thinking out loud and asking for anyone who knows. Does Gamboge, is Gamboge semi-transparent? Or because the cadmiums are usually a little bit more opaque, right? That's the only question that I have in my head as to whether they would actually be that similar. As for color, they may not be that far off. Then Becky's saying Helen Cryer did a video about them the other day and said they were basically Neocolors, just light fast. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. I'm just not very tempted by them, but I thought that, you know, it's new, so we might as well showcase it. Now, random, right? Oh yeah, next thing, Holbein. So I knew that the Holbein granulating watercolors were coming out, obviously, because they came out months ago and I've had them for months, but I did not know that they were releasing neon colors. Again, another thing that I kind of feel safe from, and hear me out, I think the colors are beautiful, the neon ones. I think that they are definitely the kind of colors that I would want to use. And let me click on them so that you can see, but let me show you the problem that I have. Where is it? Here it is. Whoops. That's not what I want. Yeah, my only thing is that they're like £72 for colors that I know will not last and will almost certainly fade. That, to me, makes it a little bit less tempting. Like, I might as well just stick to the only color that I really wanted were the pinks, and you know, I'm happy with the opera rose in my life, so I guess that's fine. Wildflower, I need to retry my set of Crayolas before trying new colors. Yeah, that's fair enough. Use what you have first, see if you like it, and then it makes more sense as to whether it's worth investing in it or not, because they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. Sean, did you make any videos on your Shinhan gouache? I made a video on the Shinhan Pass, and I painted with the Shinhan gouache, but did I make a video on it? I don't think so. I don't know. Now I'm thinking, I think I've used it in the live streams, but I haven't made like a dedicated edited video about it. Because like, can you see this? I can't really see myself, but hopefully you can see this. But like, this was with the Shinhan gouache, and a lot of the paintings that I have been doing over the past 2 live streams have all been with the Shinhan gouache plus or minus the Winsor & Newton gouache as well. But I haven't made any dedicated videos. In honesty, I've only made 2 videos this year. I know it's wild, but yeah, it's on the long to-do list. But initial thoughts are that I like it. I like gouache. I think I haven't like compared it to anything else directly, but so far so good. I kind of feel like one of the things that stands out about the Shinhan gouache, a couple of things, but one of the things that really struck me, hopefully you can see me, but one of the things that really struck me was their color choices. Like, they have quite different color choices compared to other brands, which is actually quite nice. They have some really lovely, unique colors. Another thing that occurred to me is that a lot of them have multiple mixes, and I'm not too sure about the light fastness. But as for the feel and the colors, I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, if you check out any of the last 2 live streams that I did where I was like trying to finish a sketchbook in a day and did not do that, spoiler alert, in that video I was using the Shin hand gouache for quite a lot of the paintings. And did I miss any other questions? Oh, Elizabeth, you've not submerged into the mixed media realm yet. Okay, so you're safe. That makes sense. But yeah, in terms of the Holbein, sorry, just to show you. So I honestly, I did consider getting the luminous set, which is essentially neon colors, but I was put off by the price. Bearing in mind they're on sale at the moment, so they're normally £91, and at the moment they're £72. And even the £72 is too high for me in my head for 12 colors that I know are going to disappear. And it's not even that I'm trying to be a light fastness snob, because I use opera pink. I don't mind that, but these are big boy prices. Oh, then again, this is the 15mm tubes. Maybe that's why it seems so high. Do they have? I think they have the 5mm tubes as well. Okay, the 5mm tubes, I take it back. The 5mm tubes are £36.79. I thought that they were £72. That's why I was like, nah, I can't back it. But £36, I might be tempted to try them. Obviously, I'm not breaking the no buy, so I'll try them the next time they come on sale. And oh, actually, if we click on here, did you see that over here? You can see new products as a tab just to see what else they've released on Jackson. This is what I do with my spare time sometimes. Certainly before the no buy, I would literally just browse Jackson, see what's going on, and that's how you find some really good deals and really good sales that for reasons unknown they haven't talked about yet, and I'll show you some in a second as well. This is new, and I'm kind of curious. Obviously, I'm an Etcher ambassador. Shout out Etcher. If you want to get any products from Etcher and you use the code Sketches10, you'll get 10% off. That being said, I am curious about this, and if you're wondering why, it's because it is 100% cotton, I believe. Is it this one that's 100% cotton or not? Yeah, this one, made with 100% cotton. So I'm kind of like, oh, and look at this. I mean, on one hand, I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Look at all these different versions. On the other, I'm overwhelmed. Like, what size would I even... I don't... Oh, okay, this is why. Yeah, so if you look at this information here, which is ridiculous as to why they've listed it like this. If you look here, you see it's A6, so that's the size, and then it tells you whether it is cold pressed or hot pressed. So CPL is cold pressed, HPL is hot pressed. Does that make sense? That's why you have two of those. The difference between this and this, zero clue. But if you click on them, then it will take you... Oh, I think one is wire bound and the other one is stitched. So they've basically put them all together, and that's why, I mean, I wouldn't recommend them listing it like this because it's beyond confusing. But if we are correct and I'm playing this game, then this is A4 cold pressed. I don't know if it's wire or not, but let's click on it and see. Okay, A4 cold pressed, 20 sheets to £40. Anyway, I'm just, I'm curious. I love sketchbooks. I have a lot of sketchbooks, and you can check out the video where I share all of them if you're interested. But that I'm curious about. Let's see what else they have that is new. Oh, this here, these two colors I'm curious about. I'm coming back to the chat to make sure that I can see and I don't miss too many. Marlene, me too. I have so many papers that I'm out of space. I know the feeling. Marlene says, what helps me when I feel tempted to buy art supplies is reminding myself of the obvious statement that art supplies in itself is not a collection that I could complete. That is very true. Like, it will keep going. What helps me, like, if you're thinking, actually, I want to do a no buy, and I've made a video talking about when I did a 4-month no buy and the things that helped and kind of kept me on track. But not only with a focus on not buying supplies, but actually on just using my supplies. Like, I wouldn't mind having 100 sketchbooks if 99 of them were filled. Do you see what I mean? It's more so buying at a quicker rate than I can use. That's the problem. But one of the things that I will do sometimes is I will arrange or rearrange my art supplies before I can buy something. Inevitably, by the time that I am done, I am tired and I'm not going to buy anything because I will have like touched everything, reminded myself of everything, struggled to find a home for everything, and then by the end of it I'm like, nah, it's all good. But you'll see. Oh yeah, so that's why I was mentioning Holbein. I'll come back to Holbein in a second because they do have the granulating colours as well, just in case you want to see them. Schmincke Shadow Grey is a mixture. Schmincke's Shadow Grey is a mixture of PB29 and PO20, I think. Ooh. For me, honestly, I think Schmincke's, whoever does the marketing for Schmincke deserves a raise because they really are creative in the way that they market themselves. I'm not creative like in an annoying way, but like, you know, they'll have cute, beautifully decorated palettes. The paints are the same, but the palettes look nice. Or random grey. The genius who was like, I'm just going to put these random colours together and call it random and put it out there. Fine. Give the people what they want. What am I missing? What are you guys talking about? Oh yeah, that's very true, Kathy. No B5. No, which is why I looked straight at the A4, which is big, to be fair. But yeah, B5 is my favourite size. Which feels like a random size to really like, but it's just, you know, A5 feels a bit too small sometimes. A4 is massive, so B5 is the sweet spot in between the two. And for the US friends, A5 is like half letter size and A4 is 4 letter size. So B5 is in between the two. I don't want to miss the chat. I wish I could see the chat and the thing at the same time. Somali's saying, what helps me as well is reminding myself that everything I buy needs to get a place where I can keep or store it. Yeah, that's very true. If there's no space, you have to be much more selective. I agree. Yeah, Kathy, I feel exactly the same way. I love B5 size. Now, let's see what else is new. So these two, there's 5 of these colors that are new, actually. Then we've seen the Luminous set. This is also new, the which I was kind of tempted by. Why is this on sale? Okay, this is on sale. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's always random sales. Like, at the moment, there's the paper sale, which isn't on the home screen yet, but you will see. There's a whole bunch of other sales, which I'll show you. But yeah, this is the Rebecca Green set of acrylic wash. I like Holbein acrylic wash, and I like that this is curated. The only reason I'm not tempted is that I feel like I have the colors that I want, and out of this, I think they're beautiful together. I'm really interested in this color in the middle, which I wish I could read, but I cannot. But I feel like that is really this like bluey color, almost looks like ash blue. Oh, ash blue it is. But yeah, what else is new? This is one of the new Schmincke colors. These are not new. I don't know why they're here. Oh yeah, the Naturals color by Schmincke. I wasn't interested in those at all. In the videos that I saw, I just felt like they looked too streaky. So thankfully I was never tempted. And then I think the rest is just like all the Holbein colors, which as you can see are still on promotion. So the granulating colors. Oh wait. Did we know that the tubes were on Jackson's? I thought the tubes were on A Gallo. I guess they're here too. Of these, which one am I... awaiting stock. Will come in a few days. When the no buy is over. Of these sets, which one am I tempted by? I know it makes no sense, but I'm always drawn drawn to the like split primary colors, and I know it's kind of boring because you're buying the same colors across different brands, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. But if I couldn't get that, then probably this. I just wish there was, like, I like the pink in this, and I like this color here, this like minty color, and I like the green, but I don't want the whole natural set. I wonder what my art would look like if I painted with just, you know, natural looking colors. I'm coming back to the chat just so that I can see. Oh, Wildflower is talking about the new Daniel Smith colors. Yeah, honestly, I kind of feel like there's quite a lot of new things, but there's nothing that's like wowed me as of yet. If anything, like, I'm just enjoying, you know, the oldie but the goodies that we've had. I'm enjoying the children's tempera sticks. I'm enjoying my sketchbooks that are the etcher ones. I'm enjoying my gouache. So the Shinhan, I guess, is not new, but it was new to me. That I'm enjoying. Hey, Agent XP. I am glad that you caught the live as well. We're just having a chat, a natter about different art supplies. And that's odd. Beach Mama, it appears that you can't order the whole bind granulating colors. I know that there's something to do with Holbein and trade agreements, which means that sometimes they can't sell, Jackson's in the UK can't sell a Holbein to the USA, like in general, not just the granulating colors. It has to come maybe from the USA branch. I can't quite remember, something like that. What am I missing? No Name Painter. Oh, you're mixing your own versions of the colors. Then, okay. Let me show you what else. So if we go on Surface, Paper, look on Sketchbooks, they're all on sale. You see? Paper sale. Why would this be kept quiet? Or are they putting it somewhere that I don't see? Like, surely it should be on the front page, but no, it's not. So all of the sketchbooks, the papers, the sheets, etc., they are all up to 15% off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of the ones, obviously, I'm tempted by Etcher. There was another one that I was tempted by that's sold out. It's a Saunders sketchbook that's massive. But unfortunately that is sold out, so I can't get it. And then I told you about the rodeo one as well. I'm just curious to know about that one. But essentially all the paper, I believe. Let me double check. I think it's all the paper. So if we were to look at, if you like buying, paper boards. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But I get distracted and I'm like, oh, let me see what that is, because I'm kind of wondering with the paper boards. I'm not checking them to see if they're on sale. I'm checking to see if it's like the Ampersands watercolor board, which I am kind of curious about. I like the idea of painting on some like watercolor paper that's really firm, and I don't need it to be like the 1000 GSM, but I like the idea of painting on board basically. But we'll see. I'll come back to that on my own time. Sorry. These are the random things that I get curious about. But yeah, if you look at the paper sheets as well, because they usually tend to be a more economical way to buy different watercolors, they are also on sale. I haven't checked in a while, so I'm not even as well apprised with the prices of paper anymore. I used to check and make a note of them, but because I am not buying any, I haven't done that. And I haven't kept up to date with whether prices have changed or increased. These doesn't look like they've been reduced, but the other things, oh no, they did. They're just slow to load. Let me see. There was, the other thing is sometimes if you go on offers, you can see even more sales. So there's a pencil and drawing sale for those who love pencils. So I guess this is all for like mixed media fans. Are they all on sale? Yeah, they're all on sale. So that's all pencils. I'm not that tempted by pencils, apart from, this is a separate sale as well. Where are you? Here, the Carbothello pencils, remember? I started really liking them for the fact that they layer really well on top of other things. I don't know why. They can rub off, and I do have to seal the paintings afterwards, but for now I'm really enjoying it. So the paper sale, which for reasons unknown isn't even here on offers. The ceramic sale, this here I like. I like this one as well. And where are you? This one here. But I'd say double check, because Meeden has something very similar to this. I don't know if it's cheaper to get it from here or from Meeden. And let me show you. I'm not that. Oh yeah. So randomly. So this says that it ended on the 14th, I think. Oh yeah, on the 21st of February, but it's still here. I have said up and down how much I'm not that interested in soft pastels, and all of a sudden I started getting tempted by soft pastels. I didn't buy them because of the no buy and because they are not cheap, especially given that I still feel like from a sensory point of view, I don't feel like I like the feel and the mess. I just like the way they look. But I really like the botanical sets. There's a bigger version of this, and the landscape set. Where's the bigger landscape set? And there's also like, I think, a Grays number 3 set that actually has neutral colors that I like. But more than that, it's the landscapes, this one. I wonder if it's my birthday next week, so I wonder if my family will watch this and be like, oh yeah, great. I've made a list of everything that I'm tempted by. Hey Nancy, thank you so much for joining. Your comments are always so sweet. I really appreciate them. It takes me forever to go back and reply to everyone, but I do read all of them as they come in. Marlene, the chat is getting a bit quiet. Is everybody checking the paper sale? Maybe. And oh, Kathy, you always hated coloured pencils, but now you're obsessed. Yeah, I agree. That would be nice. That would be nice. I only recently got the Derwent drawing pencils, and I really like the way that. Are they in here? I really like the way that they feel. Oops, don't fall. Yeah. It's the ones that look like this. The colours are really muted. Oh, I showed it to you in my super ugly, not ugly, in my messy sketchbook tour that I did last week. But yeah, they just feel really nice. And I like how cohesive the colours are and the palettes are. I just wish that there were more colours. I don't know why they haven't done more. You must be super patient, Hannah. Do you use pencils with other mediums? Because that's my thing. I use them on top. Like I will have an almost finished painting and then use pencils to add details, but I cannot do the video from the start. I can't do the painting or drawing from start to finish with pencils. I'm in awe of people who can. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Yes, just a gentle reminder to like the video if you're enjoying this random chat about all the different art supplies. And Laurie said, I've picked up some white ceramic plates trays from Daiso for £1, $1.75. That's awesome. And that's the thing, you can use any white plates and ceramic plates as mixing palettes, and they work quite well. They work the same. So yeah, there's still the Unison sale, which I'm sure will end soon because it's currently the 22nd of February. But as for now, which is why I was then like, oh, but that I was genuinely tempted, but then I had to come to my senses and be like, I can't break a no buy for, of all things, a supply I kept saying I didn't want, and now I'm tempted. So again, another thing to add for the wish list for when the no buy ends. And then the other thing that you can see here is like clearance items. Sometimes I'll have a quick look and see if there's anything interesting here. There's nothing, yeah, they haven't updated it in a while. What I wish they would do is like just put clearance as one big list. I hate the fact that I have to go into each individual. It just sounds like I came live to talk about everything Jackson's is doing wrong, which is not my intention. Like, I just enjoy looking online and seeing what deals there are. I mean, I'm not tempted by Oars at all. I don't know why I clicked on that, to be honest. Did I click on? Yeah, there's never much in watercolor on gouache. Pastels. That's pretty good. £30 off the pastel set. And this one. But I guess they're pearlescent, so I don't know if they're any good. This is like, you know when you're like, oh wow, that's really good. It's £160 off, and then you're like, but it's still 300. It's so expensive. Acrylics. So that's another thing that I've been tempted by recently. So actually I may add this to my wish list as well, because I want to try and do more gel printing. So naturally I need acrylics, and I don't really have that many. So I want to try golden, and it's funny because I saw there was a time that I went to a shop that was doing 40% off, and they were there, and now I'm like, I should have bought them, but I didn't. So I don't know, looking at this, actually I'm glad that this is here. So this isn't part of the golden sale, this is on clearance, which means that maybe by the end of the no buy they'll still be here. And if they're still here, what I would want is the So Flat Zing set, which is this one, just because I think they are nice bright colors. It's a set of 6, so these ones to get started, and they're like the normal acrylics, but they'll dry matte, so they'll almost look like acrylic wash, I guess. And then in terms of the actual acrylics, I'm like, I'd want benzimidazole yellow, Quin magenta, obviously, Payne's grey, teal. Basically this top row here would be a must. This yellow ochre would be a nice addition. Where's ultramarine? Ultramarine here, another nice addition. Buff Titan, a must. Burnt sienna, a nice addition. Everything else I would be kind of tempted by gold. Yeah, everything else I'd be okay. Kind of tempted. No, maybe. No, it's fine. You see how I do this? This is how I do my random like window shopping, and then I add everything that I want to a wish list, and then if a sale comes, or if I have some money later on, then I can look at my list and see what do I actually want to get. Now let me see. See, my sister is super into putting things into wish lists. I like, it's so good, and it helps minimize impulse buying, I feel, because then like it gives me time to actually think about it, and if after a while I still want it, or then that's good. And also, I don't know, I find it harder to ask people to buy me things than I do buying it for myself. So if I'm putting it on a wish list, especially like say for my family and friends, because of my birthday, it takes me a while to add it to a list, because obviously I don't want to waste people's money. Oh, hey Lindsay. Welcome. You got a Holbein turquoise blue 15ml for $4. That's so good. Just discovered their test and samples pack page. Yes, No Name Painter. That's actually how. I don't think, what's so annoying? So back in the day, they were selling the Qor, this here. Can you see? They were selling this, which is the Qor 5ml tubes. It's a set of 3 for 25p. I shouted it from the rooftops. I posted it on my community. I talked about it on a live stream. I shared it in my newsletter. Like, I sent out a special letter. I shared it on my Ko-fi membership. I shared it on Instagram. I shared it absolutely everywhere because I was like, this deal is phenomenal. Like, normally the core tubes are something like 10, 11 pounds for us. So you can, although it's the 11mm tubes, but you can imagine getting 3 for 25p. I was like, everybody must know about this. I mean, it's actually, in a way, it kind of reminded me of the downside of social media is that you really don't control who and how you can get in touch with people. Does that make sense? Like, I wanted to let everybody know, but at the end of the day, if the algorithm doesn't show it to you, you won't see it. It doesn't matter how much I post. And there were so many people that afterwards were like, oh no, I didn't see it. And I was like, I don't know what else I could do. I talked about it everywhere. And the reason I was talking about it everywhere is because I was convinced this must be a mistake. Like, or they've lost their minds. Like, they're not trying to make any profit whatsoever. And then the next day it went up to 50p or something like that, and still I was like, guys, it's 50p. And again, I was shouting it from the rooftops, again, massive, like, everyone, you must get it because, like, it's gonna go up. And then a day after that it went up to £2.50, and I was like, it's still a really good deal because it should be £17. Like, you can see, right? The reason that I'm like, oh, this is fantastic, this set here is £36. Yeah, and this has 6 5mm tubes. This has 3 5mm tubes, so it's literally half of this set. And this was 25p, and that is £36. You see what I'm saying? Like, in theory, it should have been £18 for these 3, but it was 25p. And then 50p, and then £2.50. And I'm like, even at £2.50, it is so much better than £18. Like, this deal is incredible. And then the next day, it was like one of those things of like, don't walk, run. The next day it was gone and didn't come back. But I got on all this to say that it's super hard to find, but I did manage to find it the other day. So it doesn't come up on search, but I found, and I couldn't copy the link anyway, but I managed to add it to my basket, although I can't, what's it called? I can't see it anymore. Basically, it's still somewhere in Jackson's, but you can't, the direct links to it don't work. I don't know what they did. Basically, it's like in the back end, it's really hard to find, if not impossible. If it comes back again, I will let you know. But if in answer to, or, to the point of how you find these testers, you can either put sample, or you can go to test packs and samples, and then here you can find many versions that are usually, apart from the golden, affordable. So like, the Holbein pencils, the etcher paper, what else? I think this is how I found the Qor samples the first time. I smile because there was a time that Jackson's told me to stop giving my links. I think it went, loads of people were buying it. It wasn't about this, it was about something else. Oh, hey Lily. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I'm glad that you're here. And hey Rose. Sorry, I can't really see the chat. Hey, hi Rose. Yeah, messy desk, newsletter and email is still the best way to go. That's the thing. I feel like even with, the TikTok ban, although it was short-lived, that did make me think, and I guess make others think as well, like, actually we don't have that much control. And the beauty of a newsletter and an email list is that actually that way you can contact people directly if you need. Otherwise, you literally have no control. And for days after, people would be like, oh, the link isn't working. And it was because it was, it was done. That's why. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Let me see. Hey, Michelle. Okay, now I can see the chat and everything. If I have missed anything, if I didn't say hi when you came in or anything like that, please just say it again because I couldn't see the chat fully when I was sharing the screen. Bye, Elizabeth. I saw your message. Well, I just dropped $50 in 6 sketchbooks. Which sketchbooks did you get, April? That's actually quite a good price for 6 sketchbooks. Ooh. Do you have a colour in mind, Wildflower, as to what you're going to add to your palette, the special colour? Oh, you found the deal on my community. I'm so glad, No Name Painter. Honestly, yeah, I'm going to art for a short while. But yeah, honestly, I just thought it was such a good deal. This is the problem that I have because I feel like I want to move this here so it's out of my way. But then no one on the replay can hear me, so maybe if I put it up here. I mean, it feels a bit weird for it to be so close to my head, but if it means that you can hear me, then it will be worth it. Yeah, I was just so excited. I just wanted people to make use of this deal, especially like because Qor is so expensive in the UK. Oh, sorry. Qor is so expensive in the UK, so this actually meant that, you know, and it's so different to other paints. So this actually meant that we had the opportunity to try it and have it be affordable. It was only one per customer. I did buy more than one. Ooh, the studio sketchbooks. Yes, yeah, of course you can get Tam, you can get Jackson's in the US. They have a US I don't know if it's like a factory or warehouse or whatever, but before they were just based in the UK and now they've got different, let's say, warehouses. One of them is in the US, so actually the shipping got quicker and cheaper. You're looking for a non-toxic cerulean blue, which doesn't seem to exist. Yeah, I don't think it would. I mean, it's a cobalt. Although, yeah, I'm the worst person to... I'm never at all bothered about toxicity, which is probably wild given that I'm a doctor. But I'm like... But I can't think of a colour that's a similar hue apart from maybe ultramarine or like a rendition of an ultramarine. That might be close. Actually, ultramarine would be closer to cobalt blue. Cerulean might be manganese, although I don't know if manganese is also considered toxic. I don't know. Hi. Blue vert forêt de pont. Bonjour. You can still order stuff from the UK, but you can't mix stuff from the UK warehouse with stuff from the US warehouse. Okay, that makes sense. That's so bizarre. The US Jackson's doesn't have golden, even though golden is from the US. That's the thing. I did once consider / ask Jackson's if I could, let me see, if I could have access to the US version, because so many of you are in the US. The answer was I don't think so. I'd have to like use VPN and blah blah, and it's just a bit too much. So this is the sketchbook that I tried to finish in one day. As you can see, I did not finish it in one day, but it's okay because I'm close to finishing it. It's interesting. This I did. I was doing 1-to-1s with my art members as a bonus And this was from one of the sessions. This was from the other one. And I really like the texture in this. I just feel like I want to add more detail, which is why I've left the tape on. And, ooh. But this tape is getting annoying, so maybe I'll have to take it off. Then, this is from an art session with my art members. And so is this, and so is this. Okay. And then this was from a one-to-one that again I really like, but I kind of want to add a bit more detail. So we start here. We're almost done. It's just this page that's a bit annoying. Like, you know, it's because they don't have like the end papers are the same watercolor paper, it sticks there. And then that, and then it's done. So I think this will be the quickest sketchbook I have ever finished. Yeah, Fiona, that's the one that I saw a while back. £4, 2p for the Qor set. And I managed to add it to my basket, but I can't link it. The same thing that you said, I can't like direct people to that link. It just doesn't exist. It's like it's on there, but you can't share it. So unfortunately, what's going on with the parting in my hair? So unfortunately, I cannot share it. But if I find out a way to do so, because I keep trying, then I will, because that is, I think, the best deal I have ever seen and ever found and ever shared and everything. But I will leave my my newsletter linked in the description as well. It's always linked in all the videos, but I guess I don't always mention it, just in case, you know, you want to stay in touch. God forbid YouTube shuts down or something. Would you want that to be goodbye forever? If the answer is no, then be sure to join my newsletter or my membership, and then that way we can stay in touch, whatever the reason. And the next time that I see a super awesome deal, you won't miss out on it, because you'll get my email. This sketchbook, thank you, Annie. This sketchbook is the Etcher Everyday Sketchbook. It's B5. And it's 100% cotton. I was trying to get, this one is A5, just to show you size comparison. Do you see? You know, I was talking about this being my sweet spot of sizes. So it has 52 pages, which is it's not bad at all, is it? In terms of trying to finishing that in under a month. In honesty, I want to do the 1-day sketchbook challenge again. I think I'm just going to keep doing it until I actually manage. But I was thinking that the next one could be florals, and I feel like that's doable. I also thought that the landscapes was doable, and here we are. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just doing a quick flip through of what we've done so far in this sketchbook. This is the flash paints, which I was actually so happy that I finally, like, you know, as a result of this challenge, actually started using. I feel like I've missed something. Yeah, actually started using them all. The real-time process of this one is on my Ko-fi for my art members. And the rest of these, like this, no. Yes, this, and this are all live streams on YouTube. And this, actually, I think I kept going and stopped with the fruits. Like, I stopped here. So all of this, from here to here, apart from a few pages in the middle, are all live streamed, so you can see the real-time process of them. I keep saying, like, tell me, do you enjoy tutorials? Because I feel like I'm quite alone in not enjoying them. I will show you, Tara. The 3 colors in the Core 3 set are the 3 primaries. So it's ultramarine blue. Is it struggling to focus? It's ultramarine blue, quin magenta, and nickel azure yellow. And I say this because that is one of my favorite triads. So you can imagine my excitement. I mean, I was over excited. I've never seen a deal like that. I mean, it must have been a mistake. I'm just looking because I believe I did a swatch of them in this book. Question is, where? That's what happens when you have a oh, here it is, 200-page book. So it's these 3 colors are included in the set: ultramarine blue, nickel azure yellow, quin magenta. These are the different mixes that I made from them, including that one. So I was just playing around and seeing like the versatility of the set. Inky MD, you enjoy watching tutorials, but you don't always enjoy doing them. That's the thing. I feel like I just don't have the I don't know what it is. I don't enjoy doing them, creating them. I don't like I can't explain it. Like I don't mind painting. Obviously, when I'm doing all these live streams, I'm painting real time. That I have no problem with. It's during one of the one-to-ones, I was talking to one of my really sweet members, and I guess in part, like, we were talking about tutorials and other things, and I said that I guess in part my aim isn't to teach people how to paint like me. It is to encourage people to paint how they want to paint. Does that make sense? So I'm happy to like go through, like, even the prompts that I create on my art membership, you know, they're not I'm making this very harder than it has to be. So they're not like medium specific. They're not like to get people to paint like me. It's again for you to embrace your own style and enjoy painting the way that you want to paint. How did we get here? Yes, exactly, Annie. I do think it's a great triad. And like I always go back and forth as to whether it's my favorite triad or whether I would add Indanthrone blue instead of the ultramarine. I go back and forth on it because the ultramarine obviously gives us the option of granulation, but the Indanthrone blue is just such a beautiful dark color and gives us nice smooth washes. So I guess it depends on what you prefer. Is $14 a good price for the sample pack of the Bao Hong Masters? What's $14 in pounds? Here's my, I guess, Tam. Do you know what kind of papers you like? Like, are you trying to figure out whether you like smooth paper, rough paper, etc., etc.? And if that's the case, then yeah, it's good. If you know that you already like smooth paper or you already like cold press or rough, if you know that and you're not looking to try out the other ones, then it would probably be more cost effective to buy the Bao Hong directly. Or also I think Meaden also, I think they share manufacturers with Meaden, so it would be worth checking to see which one of those, you know, to see if they're cheaper. If you, however, are starting off, don't really yet know if you like rough paper, smooth paper, or cold press paper, then yeah, it makes sense. It's a nice way. You've only ever used cold press. Yeah, it's 9 sheets. That's why it's not cheap, but it's worth it if you think that you may want to try and explore other papers later on. So the price isn't bad, it's just that it's not better than just buying cold press, for example. Kathy, what's my favorite B5 sketchbook? In honesty, I only have /know 2, so I don't know if I am the best person to answer this in terms of, like, let me know if there are other B5 sketchbooks, but I only know the Etcher Everyday Sketchbook, which is this one, and then the Etcher Signature Series sketchbook. And of the two, I prefer the paper in the Signature Series sketchbook, but the price point of the Everyday Sketchbook, which is why the Everyday Sketchbook is what is almost always featured in my videos. I enjoy both, but yeah, so is there another, does anyone else make like 100% cotton B5 paper? B5 sketchbooks? Because even the Hanamule, I don't think it's B5. So I'm just doing these, you know, demonstrating these big rocks in pen because I'm going to be doing, you know, going over this with mixed media and with gouache, so it's okay. We'll cover most of it, and then I'm using the reference as like rough inspiration, but not you know, doesn't have to be exact. Essentially, I'm going to add a few extra rocks here to make it more interesting, and rocks here, and maybe I'll see if I want to add more rocks later. And then in terms of where the waterfall is going to go, I mean, in the picture smack bang in the middle, but I always feel like it's nice to have a little bit more interest, so I think my waterfall will actually be over here somewhere. We'll see. Annie, oh, thank you. I inspired you to try the Khadi Fatbook and you loved the Khadi papers beforehand. That's good. Have you been using them? Did I miss you saying it before? I have completed 2 Khadi Fatbooks. I do feel good about the fact that I do feel like I am creating more. Not massive amounts, but I do feel like actually I'm finally getting over that feeling of not being good enough to use my supplies and starting to use more and more of them. Yeah, Kathy, not 100%, not that I'm aware of either. Oh, actually, I don't know if he does do this, but Koval sketchbooks may, because they're handmade, they may do B5 sketchbooks. I dislike that green that I just put down, but it's fine. We'll just we'll keep it moving. We'll ignore that. So this is, I'm going to use, it's like I'm doing all the wrong mixes. I'm going to use the Shinhan gouache because it's still nice and wet-ish, and I'm also going to use the Winsor & Newton gouache and mix the two. Although my Winsor & Newton gouache has almost completely dried, so you know. Oh, Journal and Broom, great minds think alike. Yeah, I just thought of them because I started making my own sketchbooks, and I think it's basically to do with the grain of the paper and like minimizing waste. That's why it's easier to make certain sketchbooks B5 and certain sketchbooks A5 depending on the paper that you have in. So I think like Saunders grain goes one way and Fabriano grain goes the other, if I remember correctly. Can't remember which one is long or short, but that's the general gist of it. So if someone makes handmade papers, then they're more likely to go for one over the other. Oh, good. I'm so glad that you feel that way. I love the playfulness of the Khadi Fatbook. Don't get me wrong, like it does have its limitations. I feel like people are going to get it and think like, oh yeah, it's, you know, without flaws. No, it does have its limitations. It is flawed, it is thin, it will warp. However, you just get so many pages. It's just so fun to create in it, you know? Especially for wet media. Especially if you also like, you know, granulations and things, then it will work really well. These colors that I'm putting down, very, very interesting, but that's fine. We'll roll with it, and then we will, you know, we will fix and modify where need be. It's one of the things with live streaming is the colors that I'm picking, they're not really making sense, and it's basically because I don't have a cool yellow in Shinhan, so I'm using a warm yellow that I think is beautiful, but it's making my colors more muted. Does the Khadi Fatbook come in different sizes? No, Khadi Fatbook comes in one size and one size only for now. The Khadi themselves, like the brand, do have other sketchbooks that have Khadi paper inside it, but I don't think it's like the same GSM. So it's still cotton rag paper, but it's slightly different to the Khadi Fatbook, where some of them are thicker. So actually, you know, when I've spoken to people and they've kind of asked me for advice on what sketchbooks to get, and whether they should get the Khadi Fatbook, I kind of go into what kind of papers and things they like. If you tend to like paper that is quite robust, that is not going to buckle, then you're not going to like the Khadi Fatbook. However, if you don't mind buckling and you just want lots and lots of pages to, you know, be free and experiment, then you will enjoy the Fatbook. And if you like the Fatbook, that, because I feel like cotton rag has its own kind of feel where it absorbs paper differently and it just feels different, it feels softer. So if you like that feel but you don't want it to be super thin, then Khadi has other, this is me fighting with my Prussian blue, Khadi has other sketchbooks that are a bit thicker, like I think they go up to 640 GSM, so there's certainly options, they're just not the Fatbook. Just taking a break from fighting with it. So this is the Fatbook that we're talking about. I guess it makes sense for me to show it. I believe I have done a sketchbook tour of this. I've got 2 of them, so I can't remember if I did a sketchbook tour on one or both. But as you can see, it has quite a bit of texture on there. And it does take a range of different mediums. So where can I show you the different mediums? So these is watercolor, and as are like these swatches, they're watercolor as well. Watercolor. Then this is acrylic ink, so like a mixture of, well, it was a mixture of different art supplies. Let's see, also another mixture of different art supplies, but you can see like this dark color here is the acrylic ink, so it does still have a bit of a shine even on the Khadi paper. But what you will see is that I don't do anything hyper detailed or hyper realistic or anything like that on the papers. It's just really a nice place to play around and try different things and turn the page. So it works really well for wet mediums, but it's got imperfections and stuff, so it's not without fault. These colors I made myself, random tangent. I wasn't that creative with the naming. So this is green 1. This is purple, which is like, I really like it. It's like a nice deep purpley blue. Then this is my blue. And this is T1. And I was like, I can't tell if it's teal or turquoise. It looks more blue on the screen than it is. It's like a little bit greener. And then we go green 2, green 3, green 4, 5, 6, and 7. Like, I was having an absolute field day making my paints, experimenting. This was going to be green 7, but I didn't like it because of like the chalkiness of it. So I redid it and saved it. And the next green 7 was a lot better. Anyway, yeah, this is the remixed green 7 is this. So this is like Neo Color 2s on it, reactivated. I'm just showing you so that you can see the different medias that go on it. So here, for example, this is pen on it. So you can draw on it, but it does kind of pick up. It's not the greatest on nibs, basically. Like, it's not that it feathers. Like, the lines are detailed, but it's more so that it almost feels like some of the paper fibers go on the pen, basically. So it's not like a nice smooth drawing experience, but it's a nice, lovely painting experience. Hey Sharmak, welcome. Yeah, the other Khadi books are 210 GSM, and I think there's one that is 300, but I may be wrong, and it's smaller and cheaper and has a lot less pages. So yeah, these are the kind of paintings that I create in here. Looser, basically, and then lots of swatching, lots of playing. This is like Neo Color 2s on top of it as well, and primarily watercolors is what I've used. This was from a live stream, and here I was using the tempera sticks as well, Posca pens, gouache, watercolor, just the whole works, you know. And here, coloring pencils. So I wouldn't use it for coloring pencils on their own. I don't think that would be an enjoyable experience, but as like extra details and sketches, it's fun. So that's the fat book. I hope that that's a good overview. One of the videos that I have recorded but not edited is talking about is basically a review of the Khadi fat book. Whoops, I'm just trying to get, I basically want Prussian blue. It's my favorite blue in gouache for reasons unknown. Ultramarine just doesn't hit the spot the way that Prussian blue does for me, and it just completely crumbles all the time. So I'm giving up on trying to use it from the dry palette, and I'm just going to have to be using it fresh and pour it out onto my palette each time, because I don't mind it being dry. I just don't like, it's literally like little stones, which is not reactivating, and it's going to take me forever to do, so I can't really do it during this live stream. Hence pouring out a little bit of this Prussian blue and hoping that this Prussian blue will last me till the end of the month when our no-buy ends. So look at that. That colour is just, it reminds me of Indanthrone. I think that's why I like it so much, to be honest. If I can find an Indanthrone blue, then maybe I'll be able to let go of this. Annie, you like the texture of the paper and you paint loosely anyway. Yeah, then you'll love it. Hopefully. I have many, like I've finished 2. I think I have 2 more or 3 more, and I have like plans and ideas for all of them, because it's just a nice place where I don't have to think too deeply about what I'm going to create. I can just paint freely. It's really nice. Just doing it, adding the colors lightly to just try and figure out where I want everything. I also know that I want it to be a bit darker here. Surprising, that Prussian blue with that Indian yellow actually makes a nice green, much nicer than it did with the ultramarine blue. Sonia, I think there's enough for 5 days. It's so funny because, like, logically, of course, but in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, will it be enough? If it wasn't for the no buy, I'd probably have bought a replacement already from the last time that we did a live stream, because that's the first time that it crossed my mind, like, oh my gosh, am I going to run out of this Prussian blue? But yeah, I don't know. Does anyone have an Endanthrone blue? Because that's the, I'm thinking I need an alternative that just does not crumble on me like this. I have tried blending medium, it still crumbles, so I need I need an alternative, because I really love the color. Is the binding in the Khadi Fatbook different to that in a normal Khadi sketchbook? Yes. Yes. I don't know what binding is on a normal Khadi sketchbook, but the Khadi Fatbook does lay flat. Doesn't it? Now I'm questioning myself. Yeah, it does lay flat. Flat-ish, as in, like, it opens flat. It may not lay completely flat if it's, you know, like this, but it doesn't it doesn't have like this thing where it's normally like that. It doesn't have that. It opens flat, but it may not lay flat. I hope what I'm saying is making sense, because if one side is chunkier than the other, then this side is going to drop, is what I mean. Whereas the other one, where is the other one? The other one, does it lay flat? The other one has the, you know what I mean? Doesn't lay as flat. You can force it because it's relatively small and thin, but it has the, you know, bowels open. I could crack the spine and I guess it would lay flat. But I don't want to do that and find out that it, as in like right now, and then find out that that the pages start dropping out. I'm sure it'd be fine, but yeah, it lays flatter. That being said, I have used, like, really used the Khadi Fatbook, so I don't know, I can't quite remember what it was like when I first got it, but I feel like it lays pretty flat. Oh, you have to be careful though, because sometimes it makes the pages fall out. Do you mean of the Fatbook, or you mean in general? If you mean in general, yeah, that's why I didn't want to crack my spine. Because I was worried that that's what would happen. Oh, okay, fine, Sonia. So yeah, it for that one. So I'm assuming that you're saying that if you try to crack the spine of the smaller ones, it may make the pages fall out. So we're on the same page. Yeah, exactly, the smaller one. But it should be fine in the Fatbook. All things considered, the Fatbook is actually quite robust. Do you remember when it was sold out for ages? Ages and ages. I'm kind of curious to know what the price is now. It started off as like £11 something, I think, and I guess now with time. You have the hardcover one that lays flat as well. Is the hardcover one 210 GSM as well? Kind of curious to know how this painting's going to turn out, aren't we all? I'm going to get some greens down. Just take some of that beautiful Prussian blue. Does Daniel Smith gouache have indanthrone? Does anyone have indanthrone? Because I feel like that's why I use the Prussian blue. Like because I don't use Prussian blue in watercolors really. I think that's because indanthrone blue takes its place, and this is taking the place of indanthrone blue for me. So basically, if I have indanthrone blue, then I won't be having to go through this struggle. Oh yeah, 210 GSM. Yeah, slightly nice because it's thicker. I haven't got the hardback one purely because I always saw the softback one on sale, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cheap. And so I bought it. And as you could see, I got it from my section of on-the-go sketchbooks that I need to actually finish. Oh, sorry, the pigment number of the gouache that I'm looking for is PB60 in Indanthrone Blue. I don't know if there is such a thing. As in, it feels like there must be. It's not, you know, it's not a hard pigment to find. It's a bit more expensive. But I don't feel like Winsor & Newton has it. Otherwise, I would have got it already. And I feel, I don't know, does Schminke have it maybe? I don't know. I feel like the brand bougie enough to try it would be Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith has Indanthrone Blue gouache. Okay, cool. I wonder if, now I need to check my stash to see if I have it. Because I did get a gift of some gouache. Need to look through it. Oh, Shinhan Pass Indigo's PB60. Did I get Shinhan Pass Indigo? Yeah, it's different though. I reckon that this has this must have something else inside it. PB60 and something like this to me looks like black. Does it have PB60 and PBK7 maybe? Where is my, okay. PB, where are you? Where are you? You must be on somewhere. PB66. Oh, is that synthetic indigo? Oh my gosh, thank you, Christiane. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Yay. Ooh. Now we're all on the search for PB60. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you mean the as gouache, Sonia? PB60 gouache? I'm so sorry for this super random tangent that I've put you all on. It's just that it's occurred to, like, I'm just so done with dealing with this crumbly nonsense. Like, it's so annoying. And I really like the colour, but I can't go on. Delft Blue and Dark Blue Indigo. I did not know that. And there I thought that it'd be super hard to find. Literally all I had to do was Google. Ooh, the Mission Titanium I was so tempted. Thank you so much, Sonia. I'll have a look. And then I'll try to find some videos of swatches and stuff to see which one to get, because yeah, that would be nice though, because I don't think Indanthrone Blue will do this cracking thing that, you know, I've only pretty much heard of this cracking with the, as in like in theory, I don't mind them drying out. It's just that it's cracking so much and it doesn't really reconstitute well. Like it takes a lot of effort to reconstitute. I haven't tried the Mission gouache yet. I don't know. Tell me what you think, Annie. Does it feel like it's in between gouache and watercolor, or is it quite opaque? Because I feel like when I was watching some swatching videos, that's why I didn't get it, because I wasn't sure if it was as opaque as other gouaches, or if it was more similar to like the Shinhan Pass. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you, all of you. I'm so glad that this random tangent of frustration has actually hopefully led to a solution that I can act on once my no bite is finished. I want to do a month on my membership dedicated to painting rocks. I was talking to Jamar about it. I don't know when, don't know how, but I just feel like I really like the look of rocks, and I just want to be able to, you know, they have like lots of texture and they're nice to look at. I just want to be able to depict them better than I currently am. So it feels like it'd be a fun way to learn and play with different textures. Just throwing it out there in case anyone else wants to do it with me. Or anyone else agrees. But yeah, I know it's looking a bit wild, but I think I still want the waterfall to be like here-ish. I don't want it to be fully in the middle, so I'm going to be adding a few extra layers and transitions. I'm gonna make that darker here, because basically where the waterfall is going to be, I want it to be the darkest area, so that there's some really nice contrast between the dark background that it's in and the white water. Sharmak, your game for rocks, good. I think it will be good to help learn the fundamentals as well, because they're relatively simple shapes, but I don't know, I don't feel like they are necessarily easy to paint or draw. And they'll also be good at thinking of things like, you know, making things look 3D and light and tone and texture. I think the texture is going to be really fun to play with. Annie, as long as you don't paint in thick layers, the Mission Titanium Gouache isn't shiny. It's pretty opaque, but some of the colours are a little bit semi-opaque. Now that's good to know. I guess it lends itself well to being like a dry gouache palette, because it won't crack and whatnot. Okay, so I'm thinking about what color we're gonna do the water, and initially let's do it like a greeny. Let's try and make a nice pond green, shall we? There are certain bits of paintings that I really like to add detail in, like rocks and foliage, and other bits I'm like, less is more, like water. Not yellow. Wildflower. Maybe I do actually, yellow is one of my most used colors. It's funny because it's not like I am ooh, that's very blue. It's not like I'm very multi-passionate when it comes to yellows. I feel like, you know, yellow is a yellow. However, I guess I like quite warm yellows. Like, I don't know. I love nickel as a yellow and, you know, a nice lemon yellow. And that's pretty much it. Like, I'm not, any lemon yellow will do. I'm not that particular. I love nickel as a yellow because it's quite often transparent. So I'm able to like glaze with it. And it's really luminous. Others, other colors, I'm like, they're okay, you know. I guess I'm pickier with every other color. Like, I'm pickier with blues, with browns, with reds. Just not yellows, but I use a lot of yellow. It's one of my most rundown colors. So I'm just adding, it's interesting. Something is, I don't know why it's behaving like this. I'm just adding like random colors to the water so that there's variation. And it's all quite watered down in terms of this layer. Yeah, I know, nickel as a yellow. It's one of, yeah, it's my favorite yellow. Along with, you know, Quin Gold Hue, which is nickel as a yellow anyway, plus a brown or an orange. No, yeah, plus an orange, PO48. Although some add PR122, which is like a reddish brownish color. Oh, thank you so much, Wildflower. No, that's really good to know, Annie, that the Mission Gold is working well for you. Oh, that's very opaque, very bright. I'll water it down a little bit more. And I guess I'm inadvertently doing glazing, but that's fine. It's over rocks anyway, so if I want, I can always make them darker. And this is kind of inadvertently acting like a shadow. And then, do I want this to be light or dark? I kind of feel like I want to make it a little bit darker, just a little bit, you know. So there's like dark to light. We'll see if it makes sense. But that's the thing, right? As per my sketchbook tour video where I was talking about the lessons that I learned from my ugly sketchbook, no risk, no reward. I have to try things. Like, knowing what I like is as important as knowing what I don't like, and I enjoy going outside my comfort zone and discovering happy accidents, and that can only happen by trying different things out. Oh, bye, Miranda. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. I need to catch up on your channel. I really enjoy it. I feel like we have the same audience. So if anyone doesn't know, definitely be sure to check out Miranda's channel and Sonia's channel. I feel very fortunate in that I have a lot of lovely YouTube friends. And hey, my dear pencil. Welcome. I am enjoying your reels as always. Oh, there we go. Very green. It's funny, when it's quiet, it feels like I'm doing ASMR. You just ordered, and it says, I just ordered Nickel as a Gold from Roman Schmuel. Very excited about it. That is a beautiful colour. It's a really, really nice colour. Mine's already got a dent in it, and I'm like, again, it's my illogical brain was like, oh my gosh, what if I run out of it? It's like, as if I all of a sudden run out of it in 1 month. No, I have plenty. It's really lovely. See, I like those kind of golden yellows, basically. I'm going to add some brown here. Just filling up some of that white space that I left behind. Be curious to see my rocks before and after month rock week. Good night, CMS. Thank you so much for joining. Sleep well. Sonia's channel is Sonia O Art. Correct me if I'm wrong. Really lovely, especially if you enjoy like swatching videos and talking about different pigments in comparisons. Let me add, whoops, water flicked off. See that tiny bit of Prussian blue that I put down? It's lasted quite a lot, but it's almost finished. It's going in my basket. I'm joking, kind of. So with the stuff that I've put in my my birthday wish list, I'll leave it linked because I know some people are curious. Or maybe it's just me. Like, Tom, is it? Maybe it is just me. But like, I get really curious about what people have in their baskets. Like, I'm curious in general, obviously, but I share my Amazon with my family, and quite a lot of the time I'll just, you know, peruse and see like, what do we have in the basket? Who's getting what? What's going on? I quite enjoy it. I guess it's like window shopping, isn't it? Seeing like, oh, are there any cool deals and stuff? That's why I was like, oh, I'll share my my Amazon wish list. And on there, art supplies wise, I want to try the jelly printing more. So I have a couple of things related to that, including a jelly print, a jelly plate, jelly plate, and acrylics, so that I can try that, and then some papers that I've been told are good, like tissue-like papers, so that I can make my own. Make my own papers, because I also want to try collage. Basically, a walking inspiration-filled individual. Like, I'm like, I want to try this, and I want to try that, and I want to try this. So I've put, I've put golden and Liquitex because I'm kind of curious about both. In honesty, I'm more curious about golden, but I know that Liquitex is good as well. Then really enjoying Tombows. I'd bought a few open stock a while back, so I've added a couple there as well. The Tim Holtz Distress crayons, I've added those because I really wanted to try the gelatos, the translucent gelatos, but they are sold out, never to be found. Like, I can't find them anywhere. No, actually, that's a lie. I can find them on eBay for a ridiculous price, and I just can't bring myself to pay 5 times the price for them, especially because like they're discontinued. So, you know, I don't want to be overly precious with them anyway. If I'm going to get something, I want something that's going to inspire me to use it, not that I'm going to be so afraid to use it, because what if I fall in love and I can never find it again? So I've got the Tim Holtz crayons because I've been told that they're quite similar. And then I've put on, I know my sister sometimes watches my streams, but I've put on the stuff for YouTube. Like, a hard drive because I need it for editing, and a cam link so that I can try and improve the camera quality. I don't know. No one's complained about the camera quality, for which I'm grateful, but I always feel like it could be better, especially because it's like, you know, videos where I'm painting. I don't want people to not be able to see, or, you know, the colors, or not be able to see clearly what's going on. What else? Oh, I've also put, this is the irony of this is not lost on me at all. But I've also asked for a an Ultrahuman ring, or like, you know, a tracking ring. Like, there's different versions. There's the Aura, Ring-Con, and Ultrahuman. But I asked for Ultrahuman because I don't have a subscription, so at least, you know, it's a one-time purchase kind of thing. But basically, it's like a ring that tracks your heart rate, tracks when you're exercising, tracks your sleep, tracks, you know, all of that. Because I want to get, like, again, it's the irony of me saying all this while also streaming in the middle of the night is not lost on me. But I want to get better at sleep. I want to just get better in general. Like, my health took a cliff dive. And I'm just trying to come, like, to bring it back, basically. I'm just trying, and I kind of feel like, oh, that might be a nice way to track certain things, and also just getting me to sleep better, and just because all those things, you know, add up and make a difference to your overall health, in terms of not necessarily getting a ring, but just making sure that you're sleeping well, that you're getting some exercise, that you're doing all those things. It does make a difference. So basically, I've also put that on there, and we'll see. It's expensive, so I don't know if anyone will get it, and I'm happy to contribute, but equally I'm pretty sure they'll say no. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit weird for me to be like, I really want this, so I'm going to give you some money so that you can buy it for me. So we'll see. But that's the random stuff that I have on my list. Let me check, because what happened? Did it move? It did move. Anyway, I don't want to miss the chat, so let me see what you're saying. Let me know what you have on your wish list as well, art related or otherwise, because obviously we are multi-passionate people. You love wish lists. I love wish lists too, so I'll leave it linked if you're curious to see. But that's pretty much the majority of the stuff that's on there. Yeah, no, I agree. You want to try... Oh, why do you want to try golden? Because of Lindsay. What did I miss? Did she make a video about the golden acrylics? Sharmak? Yes, April, that's a very good point. If you have an Amazon wish list, it will tell you if the prices of something has dropped or increased. So that's also really good for tracking. I was normally keeping things in my saved for later for that, but I found that I mean, I didn't even really know that the wish list thing was a thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is genius. So I can put it out, and then, you know, and then like before I made it for my family, I'd actually made it in general, because some people have asked me, I guess have very kindly like offered to buy me things, or asked me if they can send me things, or, you know, wanted to do that. And it was always kind of tricky. Like, I didn't know how to do it. Like, do I just start giving people my address? Like, is that legit? And then someone told me about, no, just like, you know, create an Amazon wish list. So I created the Amazon wish list and kind of like put it to the side, like linked it just in case anyone wanted to get anything, but didn't think much of it. And then a really, really lovely member bought me a book, like one of the books that I had wanted for ages, and I didn't know that it was coming. I'd had a horrible day at work. I came back and then I saw the package, opened it, and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, wait, did I... Because I'd wanted it for so long, in my head I was like, wait, did I order it and forget? And I was like, no, I definitely didn't order it. And then actually it turned out that she'd bought it for me and through the wish list. So then I was like, oh, it does actually work. And then I shared it wider, and then I made it for I made a birthday one as well. What have I missed? The Holbein granulating paints are nowhere near as good as the Kuretake. Some barely granulate at all. That's interesting to know. Thank you so much for sharing, Amanda. I haven't tried the Kuretake granulating ones. They looked, I mean, I've seen them in the videos and it looked like they granulated wildly. Like to me, even it felt like when I see them in the videos, they look beyond granulation. So they are something that I would be curious to try at some point. And yeah, some of the Holbein ones are low granulating, but some of them granulate in a really lovely way. So it's kind of hard to say. It's on the list. It's on a list of things to do. But I wanted to make a video swatching out all the Holbein granulating colors and basically highlighting the ones that I think are worth getting, because I don't feel like you'd need to get the set of 30. I think that there are quite a few that are really similar to each other. And then I'm also curious because they released the set of 30. You can buy them as individuals, but then they also released sets of 6. So I want to see if any of the sets of 6 are actually, like, if they're well balanced, and actually it would be better to buy a set of 6 as opposed to buy all of them like I did. Oh, right now you have alcohol inks in the Amazon cart. I got so tempted by the alcohol inks, especially because I think like you have them on Yupo paper and then you can get some really beautiful effects. Yeah, I mean it's the reason that I didn't go for it, I think it was one of those things where I would have to get multiple things. So it's not like I can just get the alcohol inks and call it a day. It would be like, I need the alcohol inks, I need the paper. I feel like you need the alcohol, like the ISO something, like you need something else. So basically I was like, oh, it's not a buy the median and I'm done. It's a Am I back? I can't tell. I think I'm back, maybe. Sorry about that. My phone overheated and completely shut down. And as it so happens, my phone is my internet. My phone is my internet provider. Does that make sense? Like I have to hotspot. Trying to save, but obviously that makes it super hard and annoying. I don't know if it's working. Let me see. Oh, I think it is. Huh. It is, but it isn't. As in, like, it's back, but I can't see... I can't see the chat. Uh-oh. Live chat. Okay, yes. I'm back. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, my phone overheated and shut down, and in order to do the live streams, I tether. So I have no internet without my phone, basically. Uh-oh, what is going on? I feel like my you had to close the stream and reopen it. Now I'm glad that it's working now. I can't see myself, but I can see the chat. So I guess I'll just have to trust that it's working, that you can see me, that you can hear me, and if that's not the case, you will let me know. Oh, but it's weird to not be able to see anything. Sorry about this. I look great. Okay, cool. It's so weird because basically all I can see is a black screen. Well, yeah. So I don't even know if I'll be able to end the stream, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there, shall we? hopefully it will be able to continue. It just means I can't really control the stream. Love the picture on the sketchbook. Great colors. Thank you so much, Nessa. And sorry for everything that I missed in between. No, it wasn't you. It was me. It was me. Teacher's gone so we can play. The last thing that I saw was Sharmak. Yeah, so you were asking me about the ring. So essentially it is, yes, it's like an Apple Watch but in ring form, in that it tracks your sleep, but it's supposed to be a little bit more, it tracks a bit more than the Apple Watch. And then also I guess the Apple Watch has a lot lower battery life, so I don't think people normally wear it when they sleep. I don't know if people do, but when I was looking into it, the general gist that I got is like it will last a day maybe, so people don't tend to wear it when they sleep, whereas I really want to know about my sleep, so I want to wear it when I'm sleeping, and thus the ring came into it. And then also I can't wear the watch at work, like, you know, I have to be bare below the elbows, blah blah blah. So whereas I can wear a simple ring, and I'd wear it on my left hand anyway. So that's the thought behind that. But yeah, I really enjoy wish lists and looking at people's wish lists as well, seeing what they're interested in. It's like window shopping. I feel like you get to know people better, get to know what's going on. I knew it'd make sense to you. To my family, they're like, why am I always looking and aware? Obviously, we share, like, you know, we share on Amazon, so it's not like it's a secret or anything. So if it really bothered them, they would have their own. Let me see what else. Tim Holtz crayons, and they happen to be exactly the same as a $10 set of gel crayons that you got for a journal set. That's good to know. So is the gel set easily available? Are you saying it's better to get the $10 set than to get the Tim Holtz set? They're like £12 in the UK. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm just scrolling down so I can see the chat. Oh wait, buffering. The ring does sound cool. I know, I thought it would sound, I just hope that it will help. I maybe put in too much weight on the power of a ring and the power of tracking and whatever, but I'm just ready to get better, basically. Heather, I agree. It's like a handbrake, stops you from overdoing it. And then also, like, I found, like, during the no buy, it was great. I mean, it is great because I'm doing it still, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like then I'm denying myself or anything. I can still do window shopping as well, because I'm not saying no forever. I'm saying not yet, not now. And I'm kind of thinking like, oh, maybe there's a sale, maybe there's this, maybe there's that. But ultimately, it does then mean that when I do buy stuff, a lot of the time, especially if I had a wish list beforehand and at that time, it's just more well thought out. It's actually something that I want, and it's rarely something that I would then end up regretting, because it's something that I have wanted and researched and thought about for a while. You're leaving it and starting a new one. Yeah, sometimes it's a good approach to just take a step back if you don't like the way it's going. Do something else and then look at it with fresh eyes another time, or just let it go altogether. I think both are fine. It's not I think, like I said, it's as important creating things that you like as it is a lot of the time things that you don't. Although obviously I would prefer to create everything that I like. At least creating things that I don't like or doing techniques that I don't like lets me know, like, okay, I won't try it next time. This worked, this didn't work, you know, and it pays off later on. April, what have you had on your wish list? What did I miss? The distress crayons are around $45 for a pack of 5 or 6. I'm confused. Are they not from the US? They're like £12 here. They're like, are we talking about the ones that like you twist? I don't know if you twist actually, but they look like a pen and they just have a crayon at the end. Where are they from? I thought they were from the US and thus more affordable in the US. I didn't expect them to be so expensive, unless the interest rate is a lot worse than I thought. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, not for the US anyway. Gelatos allow for a little bit more working time. And the distress crayons dried out a lot. So you're saying it's actually worth... Is the general gist of the chat that I should not get the distress crayons? Is that what we... Is that what we were saying? Ideally, the thing is, yeah, with the translucent set, which is what I wanted, it's £80. I cannot do it. I can't do it. £80, and I can't find it anywhere else. But £80. Oh, you're saying that the Neo Color 2s are better? Yeah, 31 Canadian dollars for 12. That sounds more on par with what they are here. Yeah, because 41 for 6 is a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so I should remove them from... No, I don't have anything else from the distress. I just wanted the gelatos. That's the thing. I wanted the gelatos and I couldn't afford them. So I was like, okay, well, hopefully the distress crayons will be similar. I'll see. I'll have a look at a few more videos, because when I saw them in some YouTube videos, they seemed pretty cool. But if that's not the case, then that's fine. I'd rather then just get something else. The Tombos are there. To be honest, I think the thing that I want most is the ring. I don't know, but then again, it's expensive, so or I guess stuff for YouTube that would be helpful as well. That's what took me so long to set up for this live stream, because I wanted to use my camera and I was trying to figure out how can I set it up, and watching all these videos, and I'd bought a cable to do it, blah 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 blah, and I thought like I could connect my camera to the laptop using a HDMI, because surely if I can plug it in, why not? But in fact, annoyingly, it doesn't work like that. Like, I need to use something in between. Like, even though it can plug directly into my laptop, my laptop can't recognize it without the expensive thing that I was trying to avoid buying. So now I guess I know why people keep buying it, because you can't use it without it. Heather, I should look at the actual Tim Holtz videos on the stress crayons for the last word on their properties. They are harder than gelatos. Okay. I just wished I could find the gelatos. Why are they... Well, I guess they're discontinued. That's why I'm like, why are they so hard to find? I just can't do it. £80. I just can't do it. I guess I'm just gonna... You know, it's fine. It's just... Can't have everything, can we? Ooh, Ooh, the new Daniel Smith gamboge is wonderfully transparent. That's what we were talking about earlier, Wildflower, isn't it? But then my question is, isn't cadmium yellow deep semi-opaque? As in, I feel like the colors are similar, but I don't know if the properties are similar. Well, I guess if you don't want opacity, then that's perfect. Wondering what extra, if any, details I should add towards here. Maybe like water it down a little bit and do like rocks that almost seem underneath the water. And add a little bit of blue. No, sorry, Sugar Cookie Mon. I was talking about like tracking rings in general. So I don't have a Samsung, and I've heard of the Ultrahuman ring that can track, but some people use the Aura ring, or there's Ringcon rings, or there's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of rings out there that like can track. I just want to track my sleep, track my heart rate, get healthier, you know. It's very, very yeah. Okay, Neocolor 2s are far better is a general consensus that I'm seeing. So Daniel Smith Cad Yellow Deep is semi-transparent. Not sure about M. Graham. Okay, fine. It's a hue though. Fine. So the general consensus is no one has said anything positive about the Tim Holtz distress crayons, which is good. You know, that's the point of having these conversations, rather than I buy it and then I make another regret video. So I can remove that from there. I will keep an eye out for the gelatos, should they ever become a more reasonable price. And I'll keep using my Neocolor 2s. And we'll see about the ring. I don't know. I hope I would, like, you know, I don't know. Anyway, that's my wish list for now. I need to make a better wish list on Jackson's, because currently my Jackson's wish list is like, you know, when you want to go and buy something and it's sold out and I'm like, oh, it's sold out, add it to wish list. That's basically what it is like a list of things that were sold out, and then, you know, it has duplicates and blah blah blah. So it's not the greatest at the moment, but as you could see, I'm still looking for it, and I'm still like, oh, the Unison Pastels, that might be great. And then obviously the golden I'm tempted by. Oh yeah, who was talking about Lindsay mentioning golden paints? Okay, they are good. So the Tim Holtz are good and they're interesting and different, but the Neo colors are nicer. Fine. Then I'll stick with that. I'll remove them from my wish list just in case. You have the Samsung ring, which has a good battery life. You can wear it from Thursday till Monday morning. That's really good. Yeah, someone else. That's the thing. The Aura, I really like the look of as well. My only issue with the Aura ring is that you have to pay subscription, and I just don't want to. Like budgeting is hard enough, I need to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can budget and be like, okay, let me save up and get this ring. But to then budget for the rest of my life to have to pay a subscription, I just don't want to if I can. Oh yeah, it was Sharmak talking about the golden paints. We all get fear of missing out, don't worry. You aren't alone. Yeah, I definitely, like, I have such strong FOMO, especially for the gelatos, because I'm like, I found out about them once they were already sold out, and I saw someone painting with them and I just thought it looked really cool, like using them, and I just thought, oh my gosh, they look really cool. And I looked for them straight after and I couldn't find them, so it's almost like a, you know, unfulfilled wish. But I can't for £80. I'd rather just leave it unfulfilled. Like, I'll manage. Like you said, I can get some beautiful effects with my neo colors. I will just enjoy using that. I can't do it. Gosh, wouldn't it be nice to be a millionaire? I wanna be a millionaire. I feel like I'd have so much fun. I would host retreats that'd be free. You could just come and we go and paint. Yeah, it's funny. Fear of missing out keeps me in the Sketches live stream all day. Oh my gosh, I'm both. I am sorry, Wildflower. You know, I do feel like you know, sometimes I do feel like, oh my gosh, I need to end the stream because, you know, I feel like I'm holding people hostage and stuff. And obviously I'm not. Like, people can drop in and out, and I keep saying that I want to do an all day live stream, and I really do, because I feel like I would love it. I would absolutely enjoy, have an amazing time in it. I have a question for you. Is my camera really blurry for you, or is it just me? But yeah, I feel like I would absolutely love it. So why haven't I done it? I don't know. I'm glad, and I love it that you're here. You love the long live streams. That's so good. You know, it's so nice because I feel like the live streams don't, you know, analytics wise and whatever, they don't do as well, which is why, like, you know, the likes and the comments just make such a massive difference. When I was just doing live streams, my channel took a hit, but I just enjoy it so much, and I feel like you who are here enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, it may not cater to the masses, and it may not draw in the masses, but we have such a good time here that I just want to keep it going all the time. Hence why I keep doing it. But yeah, I don't know. I may do an all day live stream at some point. It would have to be like, I would have to get up early enough, have the strength, the will, the motivation, and be like, today's the day. And you won't be able to miss it unless you're off YouTube for 24 hours. I mean, it's not going to be 24 hours, obviously. But it would be really long, providing that my phone doesn't overheat. I don't know why it's doing that, you know. I don't even know, like, how to address that, like how to cool it down, really. Oh, thank you so much, Nessa. I really appreciate it. You're a lovely soul too. I'm really glad. Like, I'm so grateful for all of you in this community, honestly. Time to win the lotto. I know. Honestly, I don't even play. I'm just waiting for, like, the ticket to fall into my hand so that I can win. Or, you know, marry rich. That's, you know, that's always, if my future husband is watching, like, you know, that would also be a great option. A similar product to, the Del Green, gouache sticks. You know, I don't know about dark green per se, but I do have the tempera sticks, which I really enjoy. Which had me thinking even more so that, you know, I should try the gelatos. But yeah, I think you're really right. Thank you for the suggestion, Leslie, and welcome to the live stream. Don't pay that much for, yeah, they're not worth it. I know, that's the thing. I honestly considered it, and I asked you guys in Discord, and it was a resounding no, like a strong. You know how sometimes we can be a bit tempted and be like, oh, maybe. No, it was a strong, don't do it, don't do it. And I was like, cool, calm. Like, I wasn't, you know, I was, I already thought it was ridiculous, but everyone was like, absolutely not, don't do it. Yeah, I know, it's really late. I should, you know what it is? Like, I just finished a night shift on Friday, and it just takes me, it just knocks me for six. Like, it's taking, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting older. It's taking me longer to recover from them. And then, like, in the day, like, I was awake in the day. So it's not even like I slept all day. And that's why I was awake in the day. I was just like, I guess tired and procrastinating and not doing much. I don't know. It takes me a while to like flip back. It takes me a long time to actually flip back to not be thing. Oh no. I'm glad that you're starting to feel more normal, Nessa. I hope everyone is okay. Okay, and thank you, Heather. I saw your message. Picture is fine all the way to Australia. That's good. To me, it looks a bit blurry, but you know, maybe it's just my phone fighting for its life. What have I? Gelatos from subscription box and art snacks. They're slippery texture like lipsticks, but less sticky. Yeah. That is what I thought as well. Let me... An art supply I cannot resist. What do you mean? As in, I feel like every art supply that you see me have is an art supply I cannot resist. Like, I can't... I think I guess watercolors is my kryptonite, because I obviously have a lot of, like, I get tempted by a lot of watercolors. And gouache. Like, I love gouache. And sketchbooks as well. You know, before I even fell in love with watercolors, I fell in love with sketchbooks and notebooks. Like, I have loved them for years. I love the feel of paper. I love sketchbooks. Obviously, I have a lot of sketchbooks. I made a video kind of sharing. I thought I had 50 sketchbooks. Turns out I have a lot more. No spoilers. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't resist any of them. I feel like the things that I can resist are... I can resist pencils. I have a lot of pencils, but I can resist them because I just use them to add extra, like, tiny little, you know, extra details. I can resist oil paints. Not tempted by them as of yet. No, that's a lie. I am tempted by them because I love the finished look with oils, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what I could create. And I also feel like the techniques that I use to paint with gouache would translate really nicely to oil. But the whole clean up and, you know, can't do it. And yes, there's water soluble oils, but again, why fight so hard to find something to love, you know, when I already love gouache and watercolor? What else can I resist? I am resisting, although as you saw me earlier, crumbling and struggling to resist the soft pastels. I feel like I wouldn't like the dust and the mess and the feel, but I love the colors and I love the way the finished looks look. You know what I mean? Oh, hey Tema, thank you so much. Welcome. It's so good to see you. And I'm just catching up on the chat to make sure that I'm not missing too much. What can't you resist, Nessa? What can you and what can you not resist? And Inky MD. I know night shifts are brutal. It's so, you know, when I was younger, night shifts were hard, but I was okay. Like I bounced back real quick. But now, even if the night shifts themselves are not like horrible running around, you know, kind of thing, I just can't flip back, which is why I was like, oh, if I get the ring, then maybe it will help me get a bit better. I don't know if it will, to be honest. Like, I think it's just the nature of the game of working shifts. Japanese gouache sticks. I have not seen those, but I'm intrigued because I wonder if they would be like the tempera sticks but reactivate. Messy desk, we had the same thought. Nessa, you're getting into coloured pencils lately and you have an addiction. What coloured pencils are you using? That's the thing. I think because I'm not patient enough to do whole coloured pencil drawings, I feel like that's why I'm not super tempted by them, because I'm not using them to the extent that they would make a super massive difference, you know, to the art. Like I feel like as long as I can layer on top of my work with them, they're okay. A sugar cookie mum, sell me anything. I've nearly used and bought everything. I'm a stationary girly too. Yeah, me too. And that's the thing, Michelle, paper hoarder. Yeah, I have so much paper. I love paper. I mean, I love watercolor. I love gouache. Doing it, I love color, but I also really love paper. Like I could buy paper for days. I don't know if it's like the possibilities of the paper, the feel of the I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. That's why I've been talking for years about wanting to make my own sketchbooks. Can you imagine? Can you actually imagine? Oh my gosh. I have so many ideas. What would I even do? Would I even sell them? I don't know. Would I sell them, or would I actually just end up having hundreds of sketchbooks and keeping them for myself? Hard to say, but yeah, I love sketchbooks. Can't resist. I can make paint from the soft pastels. That is true. Although for anyone watching, considering, you should have respirator for that. I am not like, you know, too worried about toxicity or anything like that. Like, you know, I have the cobalts, the cadmiums, the nickels, I have it all. And I don't mind them. But what I would say is a bit tricky is the dust. Is the dust from like the soft pastels. More so like if you're crushing, like if you're making pigments, the dust from that's not good. And you know, I don't know if you're a doctor, can you give, anyway, it's not medical advice, yeah, because apparently we have to give that disclaimer all the time. But yeah, that's where I would say like you should be careful. If you're doing something that's then going to be causing dust, I would say wear a respirator for that, or wear a mask, especially if it's you know, you're DIYing it. So that's the only thing that would have me thinking like I'd rather just get small pigments, make them myself, as opposed to like crush my soft pastels. It just reminds me of like questions from med school that starts with someone making clay or someone making paint. Thing I suggested. Nessa cannot resist art books and pencils. Yeah, I can see that. Pastels irritate your hands. Yeah. That's why I haven't tried them. I don't like mess. Which is ironic given my studio tool. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get dust and everything everywhere. I also don't think I think, you know, like chalk on a chalkboard. I feel like that's the feeling I would get with pastels. And I haven't tried it. But I don't know, like I haven't tried it in years. I don't know if it's just that thing of I was in primary school, secondary school, whatever, and they gave us the super cheap stuff that is nothing like the real experience, and that's why I have this misconception, or if it's actually just that it's not for me. Leslie, so yeah, +1 on resisting soft pastels. I just also I did kind of start getting tempted because I like the looks and I like the way the artwork looks. But what I have got actually that I need to use is the pan pastels, because my hope is that there would be less of that. Yeah, Michelle, exactly. That feeling of starting something new and the possibilities. And Tema as well. See, I loved paper so much that you bought the magazine. You know, I had that magazine too. Like, I'd be scroll, like, I just, I have no problem just looking through, thinking about, touching paper. And like I say, I have sketchbooks, but I also have notebooks. Like, it's the possibilities. There's so many possibilities. That's what I really, really enjoy. Just going to, sorry, I keep getting wonderfully distracted, but then I also feel like, oh, you want to see me paint. I'm just chatting. What's my favorite thing that I've painted this year? Oh, thank you so much, MP. Wait, are you my MP? As in, like, are you who I think you are? Like, my MP? My friend MP? That's such a good question. I don't know what my favorite thing is. Let's go through here. So I feel like obviously this is what I've done for the, you know what? I really love this painting that I did with my left hand. I love the fact that we did it during a live stream. I love the colors in it. I love the fact that it's with my left hand and that I actually enjoyed the process. So this is, if not the favorite. Oh, it is. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're so sweet. I don't even know how I put 2 and 2 together, but yeah, yeah. See, now I feel shy. MP is my friend, my very good friend. Just finished post nights, and I'm here doing a random live stream in the A to the M, super early. But I feel like that is one of my favorites, like the bright pink one. And then I also really liked the patterns one, oddly enough. Where are you? I liked this one as well. I don't know, just because it's like different, and I actually quite enjoyed doing the patterns, which I never thought I would. So I feel like those two are my favorites thus far. But I'll do like a proper sketchbook tour, and then at some point like make a proper video, and I'll be able to better understand what I have actually done. Like, what did I actually paint in January? I don't know. Every time I say I need to get better with putting dates, and every time I put no dates. The one good thing that I have been doing is taking pictures, so I'll have to go back on my camera roll to just figure out the times for certain things. But yeah. Welcome. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. Honestly, it's so, yeah, it's made my night. I'm so glad. So I feel like most people know that I haven't shared my channel or my art or anything like that with the majority of my friends. There's only 3 friends that know that I have a YouTube channel, and MP is one of them. So yeah, and it's not even like in a bad way. I just kind of liked that, everything. I liked keeping things separate, and I figured that people wouldn't really be that interested. But so I just told my closest friends. And I don't know, tell me if you're the same, maybe it's just me, but the older I got, the harder it was to actually have friends and keep friends. And like, when I stop and I think about it, I only have 3 really close friends, and MP is one of them. And she's probably like, wait, what? No, I doubt she's surprised. I don't think you're surprised, but obviously she's in Perth and she's my closest friend. Like, it just puts things into context. And it's also why I love this community. I don't know, I thought I saw a meme back in the day that was talking about, it's like a Christian joke that I guess, I don't know how many of you will get, but basically it was saying like, oh, you know, everyone talks about Jesus having, you know, working miracles, and no one talks about the fact that he managed to have 12 friends in his 30s. And I was like, that is like, like, that is hardcore. I can't even imagine hitting double digits, but that's just me, you know. Kudos to anyone who can manage it, but it's hard. It's hard to maintain, especially like life gets in the way and everything. I'm very excited for a notebook tour. Yeah, I will do one and make a separate video. Like, I need to make a video about that sketchbook, although I feel like I've shown it so many times that probably everyone's seen all the artwork in there and in very close detail, but I will still make that. Everyone, see, you get the joke, right? Like, 12 friends in adulthood, like, for real. That's a low-key miracle. Yeah, Agent XP, you're the same about telling people about your channel, and yeah, getting older, it's harder. It's definitely harder. I feel like, yeah, and I also feel like I personally am not the best at it's not even just a feeling, it's true. I'm not the best at keeping in touch. I'm not the best at meeting. You know, I'm a homebody. I want to stay home as much as possible. So it's tricky, but I do want to make more of an effort. It's not even out of lack of caring or anything like that, and I do think about my friends often. It's just, I need to get better at it, I guess. It just, you need to make more of an effort when you're older, and I seem to be very, very bad at making an effort. Yeah, people move away, our rotas are never the same. It's hard to... Yeah, so it's tricky, it's hard. Yeah, I know, right? It was the 12 best friends, and then we talk about everyone else. Yeah, that is a miracle. Yeah, Heather, a homebody, introverted hermit, want to stay home, cook and make art. That's exactly, like, I mean, I don't want to cook, but that's exactly me. I want to stay home. I want to stay home. I want to relax at home, and I feel like and also I'm kind of like cheap. I feel like everyone watching this will be like, what, you have so many art supplies? But when I say that art supplies is the only thing that I was really spending money on, I'm not joking. And going out in London is so expensive. It's like you step outside and you get charged £50 for breathing. And I feel like everyone's also, you know, tired from working and everything. So, but my ideal would just be like having friends come up. And that's the thing, when I stop and I think about like the times where me and MP initially met, and like just our friend group from that time. Because also, I should probably call you up. I don't know if you're still here, but I was just thinking, one of our friends had a baby. I don't know if I told you. Anyway, but our friend group from that time, we were all like junior doctors, and, you know, not massive budget, but we just used to like hang out at our place. And that was so nice. That's what it felt like. I was living, you know, Friends, you know, the world. No, that's not the right song. That's Different Strokes. What's this song for Friends? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it was like that basically. Yeah, no, I don't like sitting in loud places either. Yeah, I mean, I need to double check the definition of a hermit, but I think that's pretty much it. Like, I'm a homebody. Like, I like being home. I like traveling, but I also like being home. I don't like just, yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe I should just get, but also I don't feel like I'm a very good host, so I don't really invite people over. But maybe I should just get better at inviting people over. I mean, you know what? I guess this is my equivalent. Like, we are all comfortably at home and hanging out together during this live stream. Yeah, exactly. Me and you both, Michelle. Um, Also, like, one of my other, like, really close friends, we just communicate by memes a lot of the time, just like just on Instagram, sending each other near daily memes about what's going on, and like jokes and stuff. And she really puts in an effort to meet as well, to be fair, which again I need to get better at doing. I just need to get better. I'm gonna get better. Maybe I'll just invite people. Let me see what else I'm missing. Yeah, Nessa, art is the only thing besides life stuff that I buy too. Yeah, like, that is literally art supplies and nothing. And that's the thing that's been quite interesting for me, because it's so out of character for me. Now, obviously, you wouldn't know it because this is, you know me through my art, but like, I don't have a car. I don't, I haven't bought clothes in over a year. I haven't bought shoes in over a year. I haven't, like, I don't even know what people normally, like, I don't buy coffee outside. I don't even know what else would constitute as like a normal spend. But outside, like, I don't even have Wi-Fi. Like, I'm using my phone. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, I'm very much I guess is the word broke. I don't know. No, I'm not broke, but like, I all my money has basically gone into art supplies, and in part I'm like, oh, okay. The no buy has multiple benefits because it's not sustainable. I can't keep it up, and equally it shouldn't be that I don't want to be like so sad because I can't buy art supplies anymore. So I need to find a joyful way to enjoy my supplies that isn't dependent on buying new art supplies, Tam was like, same to literally everything that I've just said for the part 10. Frugal, thrifty. Yeah, I guess it's a mixture of both. Like, yeah, I'll be there. Oh, thank you. Wherever you, I'll be there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Lily. I'm the same. Like, as it's getting worse, I feel like I used to be better, but then life gets busy, and then before you know it, time has just passed. A good friend of mine, actually, one of my oldest friends, got in touch with me after years. Like, we hadn't spoken in years, and it's so crazy because I couldn't even believe how long had gone. And as soon as she spoke to me, I was just so happy. Like, I genuinely missed her, and I don't know how I'd let it get so long. But yeah, I guess it's a question of time, time, everything. But in terms of spending, is just art supplies. Before that, I don't buy bags, I don't buy shoes, I don't have Netflix, I don't buy clothes. Like, the majority of my clothes are actually secondhand from my sisters or gifts, or even from my mum. Like, one of my favorite tops is actually my mum's, and it's so funny because I remember her wearing it when I was a child, and obviously now I'm wearing it. And I don't see any issue with it. Like, if I like it, that's fine. Like, I've had this jumper probably for over 12 years, 15, maybe even longer, to be honest. 12 to 15 years. Like, I'm not into into buying stuff, and you know, there's a lot of expenses, like cost of living is high, so and it's always, I felt like it wasn't as high as it was before, but I've never felt financially comfortable, basically. So I've never really been into buying anything that I didn't absolutely need. So I just have money for bills. And then admittedly, when I did start earning a salary, I then, you know, discovered the joy of traveling. So I did start traveling more. But even when I travel, you'll see that I travel on a budget. I will go to a nice place. Like I'm not going to travel to suffer, but it will be like, when, I don't know if this is cheap or not, but the trip that my sister and I took to Nice, so that's 2 people to France for I think 4 days, was maybe max £500 for both of us, for the flights, the hotel, the transport, the taxis, everything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I try to keep it as cheap as I can. And that was my only trip last year. Coffee is nice, but I'd rather get something art related. Yeah, I don't even drink coffee, nor do I buy teas outdoors, or, you know, hot chocolate is my drink of choice, but I bought it twice last year. Oh, wow, you reconnected with a friend and you hadn't talked since 1993. Oh, I love it that you guys are now back in touch, and it's like, no time had passed at all. That is wonderful. That's literally what it felt like, catching up with this friend as well. I do need to call her. We're going to try and meet up. She lives like a couple of hours away from me. But yeah, too long. Oh no. Hello? Is it back? What happened? Sorry, I thought it had overheated again, but it looks like it's back. I wish there was a way for me to keep it cool without... Let me know if you're still here. I can't see. Like, this is cold, but this feels a bit extreme to lay a can on top of it. No, this doesn't feel safe. I just need something really cold that won't damage my phone to just lay on top of it to cool it down. Might have to be the phone. Heather, move to Australia. We need medical people. You know what? In all honesty, okay, I'm gonna see. No. Uh-oh. Sorry, that was my fault. Putting the can on was a bad idea. I don't know now what you can see. I'll wait for a second and see what happens. It's the back camera is the problem, so I don't want to put ice. I don't want to put ice on my phone. But yeah, no, I'm genuinely considering moving. I can't afford to live in this country. I can't afford it. Like, I can't do it. It's wild. I can't, like, London is just too expensive. I can't afford it. And it just, I don't know, I was thinking, like, it just doesn't feel like the kind of place that I can build a future, which seems crazy, but it's, I want blue. Yeah, which seems crazy, but really and truly, I can't afford to buy my own place. I can't afford to buy a car. I can't, like, you know, it's too much. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I was thinking that I may just have to, so what I was thinking, of course, I'm going to have to move. And I was wondering, well, would I be moving in the UK, so just trying to find somewhere cheaper to live in the UK, or should I just leave the UK altogether? And then obviously that naturally led me to thinking about Australia. The only thing is that it feels so far away from my family, So I don't know if I could do that, but I honestly, I was thinking about it, then I was like, maybe I should move to Dubai. So yeah, I was googling it earlier this week to see. I think the key thing is that I should finish my training at the very least, because if I don't, it will be very hard to, it will just add extra time to actually get to what I want to do, like career wise and everything. Like I would have to start training again, so I might as well finish my training and then look to where I should move to. But I just think it's crazy that I am a doctor and I can't afford to live in London. Yeah, that's the thing. Dubai is not cheap, but it will be cheaper than London, I think, in terms of like the cost of living is high, but so are the wages, and there's a lack of tax. Whereas here, the cost of living is high, but the wages are low. So I just don't know. I don't know if it's feasible. But yeah, I was literally looking into it earlier this week. I don't know what tipped me. Over the edge, like why I started googling it. Yeah, no, I agree, Sharmak. It's not the frequency of communication. And that's the thing. When I do talk to my friends, it feels like no time has passed at all. Barbados might be an option. Like honestly, at this point, it feels like the world is my oyster. Apart from the what's it called? The US, because I would have to retrain. I'm not doing it. I'm like, how many years in? I'm a decade in. I'm not retraining. Oh, thank you, Sugar Cookie Mama. Yeah, so obviously a lot of doctors moved to Australia, which is why it was on my radar. MP being one of my friends did that, moved to Australia. I know what was my tipping point. It seems so silly, but okay. Random stories about my life, because why not? Although to be fair, I don't know. I feel like maybe I should just keep it focused on art, because we've all got problems. That's not what we came here for. We came for a distraction. But yeah, nothing drastic. It's just I received a bill that I wasn't expecting, and I got in touch with, I hope the screen isn't shaking, but I got in touch with my landlord, because I was like, we discussed bills when I was moving. Like, first of all, I had to move from my last place because he increased the rent and I couldn't, afford it. And then moved to this place, and I said to him, I messaged him and I said, hey, we discussed bills when I moved in, and we'd covered this, and you said that, this was covered. It's not something that I'm going to have to pay. And he was basically like, no, I'm not paying it. And I'm like, but you said, it wasn't it wasn't in writing or whatever. But he basically reneged. And, I'm sure he's a nice guy. There were red flags when I was moving in anyway. He increased the rent. Straight away. Before I moved in, he was like, oh, I know I said it's this price, but actually I want it to be this price. And I was desperate, and it was cheaper than the other place, cheaper than the rent increase on the other place. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So, he already increased the rent straight away. But anyway, so got this bill. I wasn't expecting it. I messaged him to say hey, I've got this bill. You said that you were covering these extra bills. Why is it in my name? What's going on? And he was pretty much like, hey, I'm not covering it. you have to cover it. It's in your name, and like whatever. And it just had me feeling like I just feel like I have no control, where like, you know, I'm moving from place to place. I can't settle down. I had to move because the rent was high, and then I come to this place and he can literally change the rent on a whim of a hat. The extra bills he doesn't have to pay. Like, do you know what I mean? I just kind of felt like, oh, there's no control. And equally, I can't afford to buy. I can only afford to rent. And, you know, not even like I'm renting the nicest or the best of places or in the nicest of areas or anything like that. So just kind of, I guess it had me a little bit downcast, which is why I was like, okay, I can't afford to live in I can't afford to rent a nice place in London. I won't be able to, you know, I can't afford to buy. I don't want to be at the mercy of these random men for the rest of my life. So I'm gonna have to move, and that's why I started looking at where I could move to, and that led me to, so I thought Dubai, in honesty, because of the tax-free thing. That's why I was thinking about it. And I don't know what Dubai as a woman, I don't feel like I don't know if I would have a problem. Like, it's safe. I feel like, what is it? I don't know. I'd have to look at the rules. Like, is it the thing to do, like, you know, driving and autonomy kind of thing? I feel like if I can actually be able to afford a home and feel settled, I'm fine with having a driver. like it's okay. As opposed to, like, here I have all the freedoms, I can walk everywhere, but I can't actually afford to settle down and have a home. I don't like it. I don't like feeling, I just feel unsettled. I've moved 6 times in 8 years. I'm tired. So I don't know. So that's my rant as to why I started then looking at where else I can move to. Oh, thank you so much, Alexandra. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. Yeah, as a former get everything right, and that's the thing. You know what it is. It's not in writing because it's like, so it was a water bill, right? And in some flats, some places, the water bill is covered by the management agency or something like that. So it's not always written down. So my last place, for example, it wasn't specified, wasn't written, but it was covered by the management agency, which my landlord was paying to, and thus I didn't have water. I didn't have to pay it, and they'll also get tax relief. And when I moved in, I asked him, because it hadn't been written down, and I asked him about it, and he said, oh yeah, it's covered by the agency, which was the same thing as what was happening in my other place. I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. So you can imagine my shock and surprise when I then get this bill. And then I called the bill people to be like, hey, I'm not supposed to get billed. And they're like, well, apparently you are. It's between you and your landlord. And then I call the landlord, and he's like, no, I'm not paying. And what can I do? Like, I have no power. What am I going to do? Move to somewhere else? I can't afford it. So it's just easier to pay the bill. And my reaction to that was looking for homes outside the country. Oh, not to Dubai. Everyone's like, no, don't do it. Yeah, having to move every 18 to 24 months. It's a lot. And my thing is like, okay, even if I stop moving, like, do you know what, like, say for example, with my old place, my intention was like, okay, I won't move, I'll just start commuting because I am tired, and it took me like 3 months to recover after that move. But then he increased the rent by $350. So I had no choice. I was like, I can't afford the rent and transport, like, I can't afford to live there, pay that extra rent, and then also transport. Like I don't even have a car. And I'm not trying to say this to say like, oh, I'm broke, I'm struggling to, you know, to feed myself or nothing like that. Like I'm definitely very blessed, and, you know, I can cover a roof over my head, and I can cover food, and I can cover you know, expenses and everything. But it's like beyond that, I don't feel settled, and I don't feel like I can be settled, because I don't know how I could ever afford a home. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I could just pick up extra shifts, and that's the thing, that at a point I was doing locum shifts and extra shifts like no man's business, but then I was getting sick, so it's just I don't know. And then also, like, okay, the alternative, because I was talking to my sister about this as well, and she was like, oh, you know, maybe I should look into moving further out, like further away from London, and just commuting into my, you know, just driving in or taking public transport into my workplace. And I'd just be too tired. And my thing is, like, it's a multifold, right? So I think on one hand, this is like a therapy session, by the way, I'm so sorry. But I feel like on one hand, you know, there was a time I fell asleep on the road because I was so tired. So then, you know, I don't drive post without sleeping and stuff. So from that, I was like, I don't want to do that. But then also, I feel like I have to be sharp and I have to be with it for work. I can't do a 2-hour commute and then go to work and be making the kind of decisions and the kind of things that I should be doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to be at my optimum. I don't want to risk making a mistake because I'm so tired, because I can't afford to live close enough to where I work. So anyway, that's my my rant. But yeah, I've thought about Canada because I feel like the transition in terms of training, like medical training, is easier than, like, I think for the US, it's extra exams and everything. I feel like it's a bit easier in Canada. It's also a bit easier in Australia. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just trying to think I just need to do a few more years, finish the training, and then I'll figure it out. Like, that's my thought. But then I don't know. I guess I was just feeling displaced. I think is the word. Quebec is nice as well, but yeah, I think it's annoying, but I feel like the first thing is I have to finish this training, because if I don't finish, I can't join it again, and that's another few years. So I'm just hoping I have a few more years in me, and then I can either move or I don't know, or maybe things will get more affordable. I don't know. I think also in part, obviously, it's harder because I'm doing all this on one income. Like, obviously, if I had a partner or something, then rent would be half and I wouldn't be carrying it all on my own. So it's not that I don't have a good salary, it's that it's not built for, obviously it's not built for one income, this whole setup. But still, so all this to say that one of the benefits of me being so frugal when I was younger is that is what affords me the ability to actually be able to rent on my own, because I just could not do house shares anymore. It's like, I can't do it, and I can't work this hard to not be happy when I come home. So that's where my money goes, on rent and being afforded the luxury of living alone. Oh, thank you, Nessa. Yeah, I mean, all things considered, don't get me wrong, I feel like I've just been complaining and complaining. Meanwhile, there's just so much more important things going on, and people with bigger struggles. I am very blessed. I am well. My family is well. I am, my family is happy. I am able to cover the rent, even if it had, the unexpected costs. So I am blessed beyond measure. I can't complain, but that was what had me thinking as to whether my future should be in the UK or whether I should look for somewhere else to move. So even if it's for a short while, so that I can make enough money to then be comfortable. That's very true. That jury check. I could, it's very, very true. Could meet someone, everything could change. And that's the thing. Just take it a day at a time, isn't it? The cheerful side, you get to deliver babies and you have a million art supplies to create with and you are famous. I don't think I'm famous at all, but I do get to, deliver babies, and I do, get to practice happy medicine and like I said, the important things are okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, my family is fine. I am fine. So the main things that, truly matter are fine. This is just semantics. That will be okay. Hopefully a distant memory at some point. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's very true. Thank you so much, Shamak. I appreciate you all so much. I'm so sorry for the tangent. That all started with like, hey, have you thought about going to Australia? I'm like, yes, I have this week. It's just because I paid this bill not yesterday, the day before. So it's very, very raw. I'm like, yeah, no, I won't give up hope. I'll keep trying. It could be possible one day. And who knows? Maybe Nessa. Well, we just need a couple of us in this group to become millionaires, and then life will be better for all of us. Who knows? Maybe I am not meant to buy a house here. Maybe that's why it hasn't worked out yet. I was thinking, like, in my thought of like, well, I can't buy a house in the UK anyway. I did look at houses in Italy, because you know how I want to do art retreats. I was like, maybe I'll just buy, like, one of these, how they were doing this scheme where they really wanted to try and get people to come to the country because the population is falling every year in Italy, which is so sad and crazy to think. So anyway, they have a whole bunch of like abandoned houses and villas that they are selling for super cheap, with the hope that it will entice people to move there. They all need like massive renovations though, but I was looking at that and thinking like, oh, maybe I will do that. Like, I'll buy one of those villas and then I'll host my art retreat there. But I am not DIY inclined. Like, I just want a home that I can move into straight away. I don't want to go through the headache of a renovation, talk less of doing it in another country. So although I looked at it, then I was like, maybe this is not realistic for me. But I thought about it. Wildflower, that's very true. Move to Canada. Honestly, Canada is on the list. Canada, Dubai, Australia. I even thought about island, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there's plenty on the list. We'll see. I just have to look into like the medical systems and stuff as well, and just try and figure out where would be a viable option. Sorry, I don't know why I guess I'm talking so much that I have a dry throat. I'm just using these pencils to add extra details and textures. I quite like it, in case you were wondering why. So I'm just doing like scribbles here, there and everywhere using different colors and adding extra texture, because I feel like I've got to this place in my art and my landscapes that feels a bit safe. Not to say like safe in a bad way, but as in like I've got to this point where I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm comfortable, and I just feel like I keep ending my paintings at the same point, and I want to see if I can push it a little bit further. So that's why I am adding like all these extra details with pencil. It's my way of slowly trying to edge to adding more and more detail, and some of them I don't even feel like you can fully see as of yet. But if you look there, hopefully, I don't know, because of the lag, if you can see it. But it's there. Thank you, Nessa. I'm gonna drink Coke. I know look at me talking about how I want to improve my health, and yeah, here I am drinking Coke in the middle of the night. But yeah, I know. It's I won't advertise France. That's the thing. I mean, there's the saying of like the grass is greener where you water it. So I know that everywhere has pros and cons. And for now, I am here. So I guess I just have to try and make the most of it. But yeah, so that's the thought that I had, like, oh, maybe that's why I haven't, that's why I haven't bought a house, because I'm meant to buy a villa so that I can invite all of you and we can have awesome art retreats. Yeah, but the renos, man. Also, I don't know if they'd give me like a random mortgage, and then I kind of feel like the whole point of the scheme is that I would then have to move to Italy. Well, I guess 50-50. Like, I wouldn't mind living in Italy part of the time. Maybe during... yeah. I don't know. If there's one thing I can do, it's dream. Aww. I'm so... Oh, Alexandra. The replay will be available. So you'll be able to catch this and see it. There's quite a lot of chatting about, the randomness that you caught as well. So not everything is in a place that makes sense. Michelle, you'd love the art retreat. I know. You know what? Shameless person that I am, I reached out to Uptrek again, and guess what? They rejected me again. So I should take a hint. And but I was just like, it'd just be so fun, and I have such a great idea, and I'm just planning it out in my head. Because I don't know. I guess I could just go for it. Like, it's not by force that I do it through a company. It's just, I feel like I have many strengths, but organizing doesn't feel like one of them. So I wanted to work with a company so that at least that bit would be taken care of, and I could make sure that it's all done, Yeah, I know, Leslie. It'd be so fun. That's the thing. And so in my head, right, daydream with me, because why not? We would do this art retreat, say Italy, and we'd be okay, say we could go to Florence, maybe either have somewhere in Florence or have somewhere like near Pisa, because with Pisa is you can easily get to Florence, but then you can also get to Cinque Terre. But basically anywhere in Italy is beautiful. So we'd be in Italy and we are all there. We have no responsibilities for a week. The food, is cooked for us. The villa is nice and beautiful. The views are stunning. As per the sketches and scrubs, the and scrubs bit is like spa. Like, do you know what I mean? Like we come, we meet face to face, we have a good time, we get comfortable on the first day, and then we actually get to go to like a spa, get a massage, relax, talk about life while actually being comfortable. And then we also get to create art, and I would try to get different spots. So obviously we'd bring our own art supplies, but I'd also try to get some sponsors so that we can try different art supplies. I would also buy some, and then we'd have the benefit of like, being able to like share, and test out each other's colors and just like talk and paint together, but then equally like have quiet time alone if we want, and walk through the gardens of this beautiful villa and just spend time painting. And then like say in the evenings we would hang out, we would eat, we would laugh, we would then like, I don't know, think like, have a tea or something, relax again, maybe go to the sauna if you want to go to the sauna, if you just want to go for a walk on the grounds. And just like, because it would be somewhere relatively remote, there would be like, you'd be able to see the stars, like, little things like that where there's no light pollution, so you can look up and see the stars, and you can hear the grasshoppers, and the air feels like fresh, that's all I want. Yeah, that would be no rent charge. Yeah, it would be amazing. No, I mean they were nice about it. It's not like they were like, oh, they were just like, no, and and they remembered me from last time, so they were like, as per our previous message, we're not in a position to, take on artists, yada yada, kind of thing. Basically, like it's not a no forever, but a no for now kind of thing. But because it was on my heart. Oh, I was thinking this is covering more than the Artex. There's a Holbein pencil. But yeah, because it was on my heart and it was something I was interested in, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna reach out to them again and see like maybe things have changed, maybe they're interested now, but not at the moment. Yeah, exactly. Good food, good music, get to drive around as well. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like I need a massage. Like most of the time, I feel like I need a massage. And the idea of just having no responsibilities and getting a massage, having a sauna, being around wonderful people, being in a beautiful country, the joy of it all would be great. And then we've also like all kind of discussed how a lot of us are introverts and stuff, so I think it would be wonderful to have a balance of group time but time alone as well, because at the end of the day the whole point is that it's a retreat. Obviously I would be happy to like lead sessions where I'm teaching, whether it be floral painting or urban sketching or doing landscapes, using it as an opportunity to also do one-on-ones in case anyone wants to ask any questions. But then equally, if you want to just spend your time painting in Italy, that's fine. Yeah, I love a massage. Yeah, I honestly I feel like I would need one. That's why I was like, I don't want it to just, not just as in like, oh, it can't, an art retreat in itself isn't enough, but I'm like, yeah, all these extras that I wanted to add, I hope no one steals my idea. But yeah, it would just be a lot of fun. It will be. Let's be positive. The day when it finally happens and I can finally organize it and put it together, it will be a lot of fun. I tried to look into it. Like last year I was looking into how much it would cost to like organize it myself, but it was actually expensive. I thought like, because you know a lot of them are like 4,000 USD, and I was like, surely it can't be. And the thing is, you can do it for a lot cheaper if like it depends on like where you go and if you cut out everything. But for what I wanted, and given that I would be doing it on my own as opposed to being like, oh yeah, I'm a company, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna do this, it was actually quite expensive. So I was like, I can't I don't know, you know. Then imposter syndrome starts coming in. I'm like, oh well, would people pay £4,000? Like obviously the company doesn't think people will pay £4,000 to paint with me, so it's a big risk. Yeah, they're doing it through the company that I reached out to. Yeah, it would be nice, Alexandra. Even if it was one other, I think it would be quite nice. So it's like a mixture. I mean, in my head, because I had like quite a, I guess, clear idea. I was like, oh, I only saw myself leading it, but I wouldn't mind doing it with someone else. Yeah, I tried to explain it to my sister, and she's like, why is this something you can't let go? Like, why? It's like, it's not even, especially I guess given that I'm not the most, as we discussed, I'm not necessarily like super social. It's like, why am I determined to travel with other people? I'm like, it would be so fun. Yeah, no, I know who she's doing it with. They're the people who said no to me. I know who all of, like, you know, Sarah, Lindsay, Emma LaFave, they're all doing it with Christy Rice. They're all doing it with the same company. And I reached, anyway. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, they're not the only company. I could reach out to others as well and see. But I guess it kind of, in a way, I don't know, it makes me wonder. Obviously, yeah, I don't know. I guess it makes me wonder, like, oh, you know, there's always that element, like that little element of like fear where I'm like, will I just be embarrassing myself publicly? Like, I'll try to do it and then nobody will come, and it'll be like, well, even the company told you, like, they can't back you. Why did you do this? So part of me is kind of like, oh, maybe I should take it as a sign that I'm not, you know, it's not time yet, I'm not ready, or, you know, like, but then, I don't know. I guess being embarrassed isn't the worst thing in the world, right? Stop. Wildflower. You know what it is? I think it's that my channel isn't big enough. I don't know. I think that's why, as opposed to, yeah. Michelle. But I don't know. I think it's more so that, like, obviously all the channels that I've mentioned, they have, like, you know, 50k subscribers or more. I have 16 who are super awesome, super engaged, but maybe that's why they're like, no, it's not big enough. And then I did get in touch with another company that I was thinking of doing it with, like, you know, the company that I think Sarah Tepes or Teps, I don't know how to say her surname, but you know, she makes some really lovely art on YouTube. So I reached out to them, and that was why we were doing the questionnaires, remember, like last year or maybe the year before. No, I think it was last year. We were doing the questionnaires basically to say where we would want to go and what we would want to do, etc. And it required 50 people to show interest, and 50 people did show interest. So it passed the, like, you know, the stage to, like, in theory be able to do a retreat. But it's so odd, but they were very restrictive in what they were offering, in terms of the fact that they were like, okay, only 50 people said that they would come, and for people who have only 50 people, the only options were like go to a rainforest or go to I don't know, like Bali, or go to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they were very specific on the places that you can go, and Europe wasn't in it. And I have no problem. Well, actually, one of them was like, oh yeah, hiking. And I'm like, which part of Spa did you not understand? I'm here for the soft life, a relaxing, enjoyable time, not to be hiking through the rainforest and in a hut. So they were very specific in what in the packages that were accessible to me because of the number of people who'd responded, and the packages that they offered were just so out of line with what we wanted to do and what I wanted to do. And they said, yeah, you know, they don't tend to do Europe because it's a lot more expensive, but equally a lot of the time the places that we were talking about and the things that we wanted to do were in Europe. So I said no, and I passed. But yet that literally, yeah, it was, honestly, when they said like, oh yeah, you can't go to Italy, which is next door from me, but you can go to a rainforest. I was like, yeah, no, that's really not what I want. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I really don't want to. Yeah, and they were like, oh, hiking, like in. It wasn't even like, oh, gentle walks. It was like hiking level moderate. I'm like, I can't even do mild. I'm not going on a holiday for hiking to be the main activity. It's just not happening. Yeah, so that's the thing. I think it's not even that they won't get the money back. I don't know. I don't think it's that they won't get the money back. I think they just don't think it will work, because it's not, they don't lose money in terms of like for the company perspective. The way that it works when a company is doing it, or when they are doing it, is that you have a certain period of time where people can join up, and if not enough people join up by that time, then you cancel the trip. So people don't actually get charged until it gets confirmed. But if I were to do it on my own, that wouldn't fly. Like, I can't rent a hotel and then say, or rent a villa and say, I'm sorry, I won't pay you for a few months now. when I think that people will actually come, then I'll pay you. So I would have to put up that money up front and pray that people join. And or I don't know, like, do you know what I mean? I guess it just knocked my confidence in it a little bit, because I was like, oh, maybe, you know. But I still hold out hope for the fact that I think it would be awesome and a lot of fun. Yeah, I know, Messy Desk, you're not the only one. I am not, like, it's almost like, you know, when it's like it's like they picked my nightmare trip and described it to me and told me that's what I should do. Because, like, what? What am I doing in a rainforest? And then the other place wasn't even as bad, but again, it was like, I think again, it was like hiking, the accommodation, like, you know, I keep saying villa. I wanted to buy a villa. I wanted us to stay in a villa, in a hotel with a spa, like, and they offered me like glamping kind of hut. I'm like, you think I'm gonna ask people to pay thousands to follow me to some random place, and then we stay in an uncomfortable hut with no electricity? I can't do it. I wouldn't do it. Why would anyone else? No, it's not what I want. And it's like I'm quite yeah, thank you, nightmare. It's not even, and then I need to wake up in the morning and hike. And don't get me wrong, if you know we go to Italy and we have to climb up a hill on one of the days, fine, I will do it. But the main activity cannot be hiking. Like, it can't be that I'm going on a hiking trip. Yeah, wildflower. That's a good. That's a good idea. It can add. It can go to my list of right next to start a sketchbook company. But you know what? I laugh, but really and truly, there's a lot of things that I wanted to do that I didn't necessarily think possible that have happened, right? Like, I wanted to start, I thought about and dreamt about and planned about having an art membership for 2 years before actually starting it. Like, I wasn't always sure that it would happen, and I had a lot of self-doubt. And I remember talking to Sarah Burns about it and creating cute art about it, and my family about it, to the extent that they were like, you know what, maybe just start it and see what happens. Like, so, you know, it's not like I thought, oh yeah, it's a given. It's something that, again, had been on my wish list and my dream list for a while before it came to fruition. And now I have a wonderful art membership full of really lovely people. I have this wonderful community here on YouTube as well. So it's, you know, you never know, basically. I'm saying, like, it may happen. It would be staggering. Or crawling, not hiking. Yeah, I don't want to do it. Oh yeah, so Sugar Kukimon, the trip to Japan is done by that same company that I was just talking about. You know, they're the ones who, and that's the thing, they're quite rigid. So I'm not surprised that if Sarah wasn't able to do like art stuff as well, because they were like, oh yeah, we do this on this date and this on this date and this, and then you have this slot where you can add free time. And I was like, how do I remove all these random activities that you've put and actually do the activities that I want to put? And it was quite tricky. So I think if I'd had 100 people respond, then maybe Japan would have been an option. And I kind of like the idea of Japan as a trip potentially at some point, but not my first retreat. Like, for me, that's like a side retreat where it's like, yes, we go there for the culture and we go there with empty suitcases and come back with them full to the brim. But for the relaxing, rejuvenate, nourish, create, that I see, like, you know, a nice villa or a nice big Airbnb, or even if it's like a converted farmhouse or something. I see spas, I see us spending time together, creating, etc., etc. I'm not gallivanting up and down the country. I just want us to be still and paint. That's it. Yeah, no, I can imagine, Alexandra, especially for your joints. Oh, Shelly, I remember. I'm glad that it's done, and I hope that it heals well and you make a full recovery. Oh, thank you so much, Shama. You're so sweet. All of you. Honestly, I really appreciate it. You'll pray that God makes a way. Amen. Oh no, look at what I've done. Amen. I I think at the end of the day everything will fall into place and be as it's supposed to be. So I can't believe I've literally got paint all over myself. Alexandra, that's good. Maybe that will be the what I said, be still and paint. Maybe that will be the slogan for the retreat. But yeah, we'll see. At least the, you know, the perk of talking about it so much is that when it does happen, I can just look back on all these live streams and piece it together. You know, when I make the video, to be like, oh, never would have made it without you. And it's like, oh, I've been talking about this for years, and can just show all the. Wow, turns out Prussian blue is staining. I can just show all these clips of me talking about it and our plans and everything, and then how it all came to fruition. Hey, Catherine. Oh, thank you so much, Sugar Cookie. I'm honestly, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. At least now we have that. So we have the slogan, be still and paint, and that will literally embody, you know, because, yeah, I want it to be a wonderful, wonderful trip, wonderful retreat. What do you guys think? Because we might as well, you know, go down this daydream together. What do you think in terms of the art sessions that we should be like? Would you want it to be focused on landscapes, like mixed media landscapes, or would you want a floral one? You know, I have ideas for both, because obviously I kind of, in my head, I'm not gonna lie, I see landscapes, because I think of the beauty of Italy and just trying to depict that and paint that, and I see mixed media because I feel like that will just give us an opportunity to use the supplies that we have and to be playful and experimental with it. That being said, I also love painting florals, and with florals I can imagine being like near either a floral farm or like floristry, doing floral arrangements, painting from life. The ideas, they just keep going. Yes, exactly, Alexandra. I now have a viral tagline. I should make a note of it. Like, maybe I'll get a notebook. Can you imagine? I'll use one of my many notebooks to like just keep brainstorming all these art retreat ideas, so that when it comes to fruition, I'm like, okay, I've got this. This is our slogan. Just be still and paint. And then what we're going to do, landscapes. Floral, landscapes and techniques, just everything. Mixed media, both. Okay, cool. So it will be still and paint. I mean, I don't even need to make a note of the spa, but I will, because I want massages. I just feel like everyone needs a massage. Do you know what I mean? Like, you move better afterwards. You feel better. Your body is just... So massages, plus or minus sauna. And, you know, steam room, the whole wax. And then you said both landscapes and florals. And then I have quite a few different ideas on the different workshops that I could do in it as well. And then I'm also going to write, shall I write like alone time? Just because everyone seemed to be keen on actually having time together, yes, but also having time together. Oh, is it back? Maybe it's back? I don't know. Oh yeah, maybe it is. And I can't see. Hold on. I'm so sorry. It's literally me looking confused at my thing. Okay, and now you can see me, you can hear me. Cool. I'm going to try and put this back on, but obviously my phone is giving me signs it cannot hack this anymore. So I'll try to wrap this up. It's basically, you know, when I unplugged it, it was 100% battery, and it dropped to 0, I think, because it's getting too hot. But I'm nothing if not persistent. I'll have to figure out something else to do. I'm hoping that it's back, but maybe it's not actually. No, it's not. Ooh, if anything, it's on fire. Okay, let me try and add it again. Yeah, a reusable ice pack. It may work. I think it's just doing too much. I need to get Wi-Fi, I guess, is what it's coming down to. I was supposed to get it, and my provider delayed it by 4 months. So in this time I've been using my phone, but they've just let me know they won't be able to put it at all. So I need to find another provider. I was wondering if I'd be able to get away with just using my phone, but obviously that's not an option. Oh, thank you so much, Alexandra. That's so sweet. Honestly, I appreciate you all so much. I'm really grateful, and I'm so glad that we got to chat. I always feel so much better after our live streams, after the Zoom sessions, and I don't take it for granted. Like, oh, honestly, no, thank you all so much. And yeah, I know it's ridiculous. And yeah, if you want more of this, then be sure to join my membership. I will leave it linked down below in the description. You are more than welcome to join. I wish that it would come back so that at least I can show you what it looks like before we disappear, but it's not playing ball at all. And I feel like the only way to try to get it to play ball would be to restart the whole thing, which, you know, to just show you the end seems a bit much. But yeah, these are the dreams that I have for the art retreat. I will make a note of everything that we keep saying, and I will keep adding them to our ever-growing list of dreams for the art retreat. I keep saying Italy because I love traveling to Italy, but I would be open to going to most places as long as it's the, you know, the right vibe of be still and paint. I can't see the comments at the moment. It said failed to load. Start. Okay, it's back. Okay, so I'm gonna take, because I can feel it burning up already, I'm gonna take this opportunity to, I'm gonna be slow, or try to be slow. Well, I can see it. I don't know if you can actually. I'm going to, try to be slow and show you the thingy closer. Does that make sense? Like I'm trying to show you the close-up so that you can really see some of the details. So these extra details that I've got here I actually added with pencil. What I want to do, so this isn't technically done, which is rare for me, I'm gonna complete it tomorrow probably, is like add the waterfall here. So I'm actually going to use stark white, and that's why I wanted this background here to be this dark blue, so that there would be some really nice contrast rather than doing it right in the middle. And then as you can see, I've just added lots of little details. And what I was basically doing as well, just in case you're curious and you're interested, is I feel like part of the reason that I enjoy this painting so much and looking at it is that it has the, is it like tetradic color palette? Like it's basically got the blue and the yellow that are the prime, like, you know, the complementary colors primarily, but then it's also got hints of like that burnt sienna. But I think because it's so heavy on the different shades of blue and different shades of yellow, I think that's what's making it pleasing to the eye, at least to my eye. And then I've added like all those tiny, you know, extra details. And then what I also like, I hope it's not making you dizzy, that's why I'm trying to move slowly, is just the variation in textures in the gouache as well, like the different textures, the different colors. The perk of taking our time and doing it slowly and doing it bit by bit and experimenting with different colors is that it does give it a lot of depth. And as I say here, I'm going to I think I want to add more detail here, so I think I'll add more greenery, and I'll also add the waterfall and make it nicer. So at least now I know, if all fails, if this, you know, dies again, that at least I have shown you the vision. Oh, thank you so much, Pasquale. Oh no, has it gone again? Oh my goodness. All that time I was talking, you couldn't see it? Oh no, maybe you could. Hard to say. I hope that you could see it, but I don't know, because everything is frozen. But yeah, it's been thank you so much. It's been a pleasure chatting with all of you. It's been honestly so therapeutic. And I hope that you have enjoyed the process. Heather, it's wonderful. Yeah, I think it's struggling. I think it's struggling as well. Very laggy. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry for the rough ending. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you have a wonderful, creative, refueling weekend. I hope that we get to meet in person in our retreat one day. If you want more of this, if you enjoyed this and feel like you would be a good fit, then definitely be sure to join my membership, which I will leave linked down below for you. I will see you around. Like, I'll see you on Discord or on YouTube or anything else. If you're watching on the replay as well, thank you for watching on the replay and persevering through all of the technical lags. And irrespective of whether you're watching live or on the replay, let me know by telling me what you would like to do in the art retreat. So either say landscapes, food, flowers, all, whatever. Put your ideas down, and I will continue to brainstorm and daydream. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time.